Yes, welcome everyone. Welcome to Marvel Live here at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. You are looking right now at the Beyond Amazing Cosplay photo op happening live at the Marvel booth. The voice you're hearing right now is Langston Belton.
And Justin Warner. That's right. We back, fam, and we are tangible.
Yes, there we are. We're real.
I know. Feels
no
great.
Screen. Nothing.
I know.
It's great.
There's no Photoshop. Look, I can cross the plane.
How
it's
great
so
is
great.
that? How are you, my friend?
I am so well. I feel so great to be back. It's so great to see so many fans and enthusiasts. And the booth, the Marvel booth and our lounge are amazing right now.
Right. I don't know if you can hear it. There's a lot. It is literally live. The booth is live. We're having that awesome Beyond Amazing Cosplay photo op. And again, it's packed. People are loving Spiderman. It's so good to be back.
Yes.
Almost at church, you know
right?
what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
And if you're not here and you really want to get at us on any of the social media platforms, make sure you're using that hashtag Marvel SDCC. And if you want updates about what's happening here at the convention, announcements, all the cool things happening from all the signings and panels, then go to marvel.com/SDCC, and you're going to get each and every one of them updates.
It's true. We love attention. You love attention. And that will be a great way to interact with us, correct?
Yeah. So we had we welcomed everyone to the Marvel booth today, along with Angelique Roche, who's out there right now, and it was so good to be up there and see all the Marvel faces and fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There she is. We were talking about Angelique Roche. She's hosting right now.
Let's watch it, shall we?
Whatever name you give me, just PG-13. The staff member has let you up. You've checked in. You've signed all the stuff you need to sign. When I ask you those questions, you're going to come up on stage, and then you're going to do a couple poses for me. You are also going to keep your feet on the ground. No acrobatics. No actual swinging. Just keep your feet on the ground. Cosplayers, acknowledge if you hear that last part. All right. So as I mentioned, this is Spidey's 60th anniversary. Spider-Man first appeared in Amazing Fantasy number 15 by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. And since then, Spidey has gone on so many incredible adventures and beyond. And today isn't just one Spidey, as I mentioned, but a multitude of spider-related characters that inhabit Spidey's world, including some villains that I think I see over there right now. All right, so now it is time. Enough talking from me. We're going to get these amazing Spideys up on stage. And again, I'm going to walk you through how it works. You're going to talk to my staff person over here that's going to give you a piece of paper. You're going to sign it. They're going to have you line up. You're going to walk over to me just like this. You're going to stand in the middle of the stage. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Then you're going to pose. And you're going to pose. You can also, I saw, just like that. And then you're going to walk over here. And what you're going to do is this wonderful woman over here who is wearing a staff shirt is going to say, don't go anywhere. We want you to stay here because we're going to have you come back on stage when all of this is over. All of you are going to get in the middle of the stage. You're going to take a group picture, and it's going to be amazing. Sounds good? All right. So, who is ready for our first Spidey cosplayer? And now I am ready for our first Spidey cosplayer. All right, please remember also, for all our Spidey people, you are required to wear a mask. So if you do not have a mask on, please make sure that your mask is on. Let me check. Yep, your mask is on. Come on over. All right, so who do I have here?
John Johnson.
John Johnson, talk to me about why you chose this particular Spidey cosplay.
Garfield, that's my favorite one.
Oh, sweet, sweet Andy Garfield. So, what I'm going to have you do, are you ready to pose? Are you ready to get your Spidey on?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead. Get your Spidey on. Let's have a round of applause. And two, and give us one more pose. Very nice. Also very agile. I see that you stretched this morning. Oh, yoga. You heard it right there. It is a trick to good Spidey poses. All right. Are you ready for, I'm ready for our next Spidey person. Oh, hey. And who do we have here?
My name's Riley.
And Riley, why did you choose this particular cosplay?
So I've always loved Spider-Gwen, but I didn't want to do just like regular Spider-Gwen, so we have a little bit of this Venom-looking design on here instead.
Very, very awesome. Are you ready for your Spidey pose moment? Let's do it. And strike a pose. And strike a pose. And give us one more pose. Very nice. Thank you so much. All right, let's bring up our next Spidey person. You're going to come right over here to me to the X, which my awesome stage director has reminded me they put here for me. All right, and who do we have here?
Bella.
And Della, why did you choose Mr. Morales?
He's my favorite Spider-Man, and I feel I relate to him so much.
So why is he your favorite? I respect your answer. It's a very succinct answer. All right, are you ready for your Spidey moment?
Yes.
All right, let's get it. Right there on the X, give me your first pose. Yes, for the hero pose. Pose number 2. Yes, ready for action. And pose number 3. Flip, 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 flip. Thank you so much. Make sure all of our cosplayers, please don't leave. We're keeping you here. And thank y'all for, no acrobatics. I appreciate it, keeping your masks on. We are ready for our next Spidey person. Yes, give it a round of applause, y'all. And who do we have here?
Hi, I'm Nadia.
Hi, Nadia. And why did you pick this particular Spidey person?
I love Mary Jane Watson, and there is a version of Mary Jane as Spider-Man.
Oh, I love this. All right, so you ready for your Spidey moment? Let's do it right there on the X. Give me a pose 1. Pose 2. Pose number 3. I love that. Was very like Mary Jane Watson fashion model, and I'm here for it. Look, Mary Jane is a multitude of things. She's not just one. All right, bring up our next Spidey person. All right. Look, I am here for these comfortable yet efficient shoes we have on right now. And who do we have?
Neely.
Hi, Mealy. And why did you choose Ghost Spider?
I'm a drummer, and Gwen Stacy's my favorite.
That is awesome. Also, I wish we had a drum set so you could show us all your dope skills. You ready for your Spidey moment? Right there on the X for me. Give me a pose number 1. Pose number 2. And pose number 3. That was very rocker of you, and I'm here for it. Right that way. All right, we're ready for our next Spidey person. Yes. And who do we have here?
I'm Jackson.
Hi, Jackson. Why did we decide to do these particular cosplay?
So I love Spider-Man all my life, but I grew up with Tobey, and I loved Andrew, but Tom Holland is just the most relatable, the most accurate depiction of a teenage superhero you can find. And I love this new outfit. It's perfect. I just wanted to represent. I mean, it was like a last-minute throw together, but it worked great, and I'm really happy with it.
Well, you look fantastic, and I think Peter Parker would be very proud. Are you ready for your Spidey moment? Let's do it. Give me a pose number 1. Pose number 2. And pose number 3. Great job. Thank you so much, Jackson. All right. Oh. Yes. Yes. Both fashionable and comfortable. With a matching mask. Very well. And who do we have here?
My name is Connor.
All right, Connor. I I think you chose this for convenience, but I gotta say, tell me why you love Spider-Man so much.
Well, I love this one because they even said in the films, you save it for Comic-Con.
Well done. No, you know what? It was funny to me. It landed right here in my heart. All right, are you ready for your Spidey moment? Let's do it. You know, this Spider-Man isn't that agile, so. All right, okay. Pose number 1. It's actually a very accurate pose for this particular Peter Parker. Pose number 2. And pose number 3. I feel like all you needed was a good hamburger and some fries. Thank you so much, Connor. Yeah, so for those out there who have on any kind of Spider-Verse cosplay right now, who is in the sound of my voice, if you would like to participate in our Beyond Amazing cosplay photo op right now, we are inviting all Spidey villains, variants, versions. If there is a Spider Ham out there, I am calling you with all of my heart. Please come. But we are going to keep moving to our next Spidey person. Come on up. And who do we have here?
I'm Vince.
Hi, Vince. You know, talk to me a little bit about how you put together your cosplay.
With a lot of hope, because it's very tight. It's from 2019, and it's filled out a little more than I wanted it to.
I mean, you know, Peter goes through ebbs and flows. And, you know, sometimes the suit gets a little tight.
It does.
All right, Vince, you ready for your moment? Let's do this. Go right there on the X for me. Yeah! Pose number 1. All villains better beware. Pose number 2. Very nice. And pose number 3. Very nice. I see you, and your future is on top of a rooftop protecting the city of New York. Thank you so very much. All right, our next Spidey person.
Talk about Beyond Amazing. I mean,
this one has a crew, and I'm here for it. Wait, is your crew?
So good. Like, I'm mesmerized.
Wow.
Hey, we love
yeah.
Spider-Man.
All right. You know what? I guess Spider-Man and Deadpool could be friends.
Why not?
So who do we have here?
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh.
Their interpretation and showing their love for the web slinger.
Yeah. In the Marvel Universe, of course, hit us up. Use the hashtag MarvelSDCC or visit marvel.com/SDCC to get your fill of all that is going on here, which is not just us flapping our jaws. As you can see, plenty of people are participating in this Beyond Amazing cosplay photo op, and it looks like it's going to be really fun. I think everybody is going to get back on stage now, and it's going to look very Spider-Versal.
It's going to be almost like a big splash page of a Spider. People get, it's like you get to be a part of your own like massive Spider mosaic, and it's just, again, when Angelique is asking a lot of the cosplayers, why did you choose this cosplay? And that's always so great because everyone has a personal connection to Spider-Man. Again, 60 years we're celebrating this year. 60 years, Hall of Famer, San Diego Comic-Con Museum Hall of Famer, Spider-Man. What's not to celebrate? You can celebrate them forever. Celebrate them forever.
Well, let's continue on celebrating, and we'll take a gander at what's going on here on the stage. Looks like some great poses.
Thank you. 10 on 10.
Sorry, Chef.
Hmm? No. Mm-hmm. Gage is right here.
Fan too. We're best friends now. All right, so my other question for you is why this particular cosplay, and you know what's unique about why you decided to play this iteration of Spider-Man?
Well, it's kind of last minute to be honest. Tobey Maguire one, and that's the OG, so I got to go with that.
I respect your answer. All right, are you ready for your Spider moment? All right, give me pose number 1. Pose number 2. Hey! And pose number 3. I love it. Thank you so much, Center, right over there. We'll have you back up for the group picture. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, we have a villain. Wow, this is rather impressive, sir. And who do we have here? Ryan? Brian with a B. He made it all the way outside. Look, there's not a mic in this one. All right, Brian, you chose Mysterio. Talk to me about all the work that went into putting this incredible cosplay. You got lights. You've got this amazing helmet that clearly you put a lot of work into this.
Yeah, it took about 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months?
Yeah, well, I got a day job.
Even Mysterio has to work, ladies and gentlemen. All right, are you ready for your villainous pose? Stand right there on the X for me. And pose number 1. Pose number 2. And pose number 3. Both stylish and frightening. Thank you so very much, Mysterio. Can we need some help? There we go. Gotcha. All right, and next up, we have a Spider Noir. And I heard a secret. That Mysterio and Spider Noir are related.
He might be my dad.
Oh, okay. All right, so your dad plays a villain. You're playing Spider Noir. Why this particular Spider-Man?
I've always been a fan of old detective comics, and this is all the fun of Spider-Man with all the skills of a certain flying rodent-themed superhero.
I like it also. I love the fact that you and your dad cosplay together. Is this a tradition that you do a lot?
I've been doing it since 2013.
That is amazing.
Sorry, since I was 13, since like 2009, give or take.
Oh, okay. So this is your favorite Spider-Man?
That's right.
I love it. All right, Spider Noir, are you ready for your Spidey moment? All right, stand on that X for me right there. Give me a pose number 1. Very nice. Pose number 2. And pose number 3. So many colors. How does it do that? Well done. All right. Are we ready for I'm ready for our next Spidey person. Come on up. We'll grab your bag right over there. Awesome. And who do we have here?
John.
Hi, John. Talk to us about why you decided to cosplay Spider-Man today.
I cosplayed the last 4 years, well, that we've been here as Spider-Man, and with the reprise of Toby and the fact that Toby and I aged together, I was like, this is a choice.
I love it. Also, age is nothing but a number. So you did. I'm so glad you came here, and I'm so glad that you've been doing Spider-Man for a while. Why does Spider-Man mean so much to you?
Gosh, that's a tough one. Probably one of just the more relatable. We're both in science, so as a scientist, I've just always looked up to how Spider-Man handles things.
I love it. Are you ready for your Spidey moment? All right, you're going to stand on that X for me right there. You're going to give me a pose number 1. And a pose number 2. Yeah. That's a throwback, and I'll take it. And a pose number 3. Don't throw your back out. All right. We have a couple more Spidey folks coming up for this, but everybody who is just joining us, we are in the middle of our Beyond Amazing Spider-Man cosplay photo opportunity, and we are inviting every single person that is cosplayed as a Spider person within the Spider universe, Spider-Ham, Spider Noir, Aunt May, to come up here on stage and strut your stuff, and then take an amazing group picture with all of these incredible Spidey people. That being said, I am ready for our next Spider person. Come on up. You hit your mark. I mean, look, with that dance talent, you got to hit that mark. I see you. All right, and who do we have here?
Kelsey.
And Kelsey, why did you decide to be our wonderful Gwen Stacy today?
So I used to be a dancer,
so I relate to her a lot with her dance skills. But
I love it. Are you ready? Okay, so your dance skills, I got to keep your feet on the floor. But are you ready to stretch your stuff and give us some poses? All right, give us a pose number 1. A pose number 2. Nice. And pose number 3. Awesome. We'll see you back up here for the group picture in just a couple moments. All right. Oh, and I'm ready for our next spider person. We've got another Miles Morales, including daisies. Oh, sunflowers. Why did I say daisies? I got distracted and then she gave me sunflowers. You shouldn't have. Oh. All right, so why did we decide? Oh my God, now the song's playing in my head. Now, so clearly Sunflower is your favorite song from, who am I here with?
I'm Starshade.
Oh, it is a pleasure to meet you. And why did you, because this is your own iteration of Miles Morales, including your cute sunflowers in your braids. Why did you decide to play Miles Morales today?
Because representation is very important to me, and it's very cool to have a Spider-Man that looks just like me, so it's a big honor, really.
I love it. All right, so talk to me about how you put together this cosplay, because it's definitely uniquely you, and it's, I love when people do their thing.
Very last minute, in all honesty, and I found a lot of the stuff at like Goodwill and stuff, so it all really came together in the very end, and I was really proud of it.
That's the thing I love about cosplay, is because you can literally go into your closet and make it all work. And everybody can participate. So, amazing job. Are you ready for your Spidey moment? You can do that. All right, so pose number 1. Pose number 2. Nice, very Miles. Pose number 3. Thank you very much. We'll have you back up in a second. Oh, I love Comic-Con. Are y'all having a good time? All right, we got some more Spidey people coming up. Come on up. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Who do we have here?
A friendly Spidey Cop.
A friendly Spidey Cop. All right, why did we decide to play a friendly Spider Cop equipped with his own shield? Why Spidey Cop?
Well, in the video game, it was said, "You're his Fury." We needed a Spidey Cop, so I brought it to life, and Fury approved it. My shield.
I love the fact that this is from Marvel Spider-Man for PlayStation 4, now available on PlayStation 5. But also, I love the part where he's like talking in the Spidey Cop voice, and she's like, "Stop it, stop it." All right, so are you ready to give us some Spidey Cop poses? All right, give me pose number 1. Pose number 2. And pose number 3. That's pretty, you know what? Villains should beware of Spidey Cop and this lovely clip-on tie. It's kind of perfect. It's exactly what Peter Parker would do. All right, thank you so much. And our next Spidey person, come on up. Let's give a round of applause for all of our cosplayers that have come up so far.
Amazing. You are
And who are-
looking at the
who
Beyond
we have
Amazing
here?
Cosplay photo op. Welcome back
Hi,
to Marvel
Devin.
Live. I'm
And
Langston.
what
Justin
do we
Warner's
love
still
about
here.
Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Why
we
did
switched
you pick
couches.
this
We're hanging out. We wanted to be closer to each
particular,
other while we're
uh,
watching
cosplay?
the photo
my
op.
foot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, that was just me. Just trying to get close to you. You can see, again, all the cosplay. It just gets better and better with each cosplayer that comes up for this photo op. Again, we're hanging out in the Spider-Verse, and I don't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to say, I love that Mysterio that we saw earlier. I've got a soft spot for old fishbowl head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
Especially
why.
one infused with spiders.
It's true.
Fishbowl filled with spiders. And again, there's so much going on here, but if people want to reach out to us, how can they do that?
They can use the hashtag, which is Marvel SDCC. Creative, huh?
Yeah, it is, yes. And, of course, if you want to know all the stuff that's happening here at the convention, go to marvel.com/SDCC, where you'll get updates about all the cool announcements, see all the signings, and see all the amazing things happening at San Diego Comic-Con 22 here at the Marvel booth.
And, you know, all of these amazing cosplays are all going to come together shortly to do a gigantic group photo. And I can't wait to see that. It's going to be so much spider energy.
So much spider. I mean, good spiders. Not like spiders you get in your home you want to get rid of, but spiders you want to have around. So we're not gonna waste any more time, as you said, flapping our jaws. Let's get back to the Beyond Amazing cosplay photo op.
Oh, husbands and wife came to cosplay together. All right. So, why did you decide to play these? Why?
Well, we always love representation with mixed race couples, so we decided to do that.
And I've been doing spiders for a long time, so.
Free gift too.
This was an anniversary gift. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is absolutely adorable that you two came together as a couple. So are we gonna pose as a couple? All right, so we got pose number 1. Pose number 2. Oh, they're ready to take on the Sinister Six. Pose number 3. Oh. Look, everybody needs a good Gwen Stacy. All right, thank y'all so much. Make sure you stay over here for me. All right, we got our next Spidey person. Come on up. We have another Spider Noir. All right, and who do I have here?
Nicolas Cage.
I'm going to believe him. So, Nicolas Cage, you've come here as Spider Noir. Are you ready for your moment to pose and get your Spidey on? All right, give me pose number 1. Pose number 2. And pose number 3. I tell you, Spidey Noir brought the Rubik's Cube back in a fierce way, and I'm here for it. All right, thank you very much. We have our next Spidey person coming up to the stage. Come on over to this X right here. And who do we have here?
Alternate Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew.
Oh, hello, Miss Drew. Miss Drew, are you ready for your Spidey moment? All right, Miss Drew, give me pose number 1. Pose number 2. And pose number 3. All right, we're going to have you stand right over there. We'll have you back up for the group picture in just a moment. And bring up our next Spidey person. And who do we have here?
Dee.
Hi, Dee. Are you ready for your Spidey moment? All right, so I'm going to get you to step right there on that X. And I'm going to get you pose number 1. Adorable. Pose number 2. And hold that pose for me. And pose number 3. I like it. It's good. All right, so I want to take a moment to bring up all the Spidey people who came up on the stage today. Come on up. Let's give a big round of applause for all of these amazing cosplayers coming out here to help us celebrate Marvel Spider-Man's 60th anniversary with all of their hard work, whether last minute or a year planned out. It's absolutely incredible, and they definitely are showing that everyone can wear the mask. So I'm going to get some of y'all to come a little further up for me, and then get some of our taller people to start filling in the back. Great. All right, all right, all right. We're going to get you to tighten up a little bit. And Mysterio right there. You know, we don't want you knocking into anyone. All right, I'm going to ask my photographers if they're in the shot. Are we good? Do we need to get them a little tighter? All right, well, I'm going to step down. A couple instructions for you. I'm going to have you look to the front. I'm going to have you look to the left. Yes, your left, it's fine. I'm going to have you look to the right.
I know, right?
Now you look to the front again. Give me one other pose. Now give me a silly pose. Now sachet. No, I'm joking. It's all good. Thank you so very much. Yes. Yes, Spidey.
Welcome back to the Marvel Lounge, Marvel Live here at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. I'm Langston.
I'm still Justin.
And we are joined by Marvel's very own toy hunter, pop culture expert in all things toys and things that make you smile and have fun, the one, the only, Jordan Hembrough. How are you, my friend?
Thank you. You guys are always so good to me. It's great to be back. San Diego Comic-Con, we're back after what, 2-3 long years?
3, yeah.
Feels like 30, but it's good to be back.
Right.
It also feels like yesterday. It also feels like it's been 3 hours.
Yeah, it does. It's like, it's the vibe and the energy is still so hot at Comic-Con. It's almost like even though we kind of went away a little bit and we did our own things, we're all back, and the vibe and the energy is like we never left. And that truly is what Comic-Con is to me. I love this. I love being here.
We love having you here. Speaking of which, aside from the obvious energy and excellence that is happening all around us, what's bringing you out at SDCC this year?
So actually, I'm actually very, very lucky. I'm back with my Marvel family, and I do call them my family because I do love them so much. We actually partnered with Marvel and Whatnot Collectibles and Whatnot Comics. We cultivated a giant display, and I'll tell you, if you guys are here on the show floor, you've got to take a look at it. It's a display of Spider-Man Marvel goodness from the past 80 years. Everything going back from the 1960s all the way to the 1980s. Toys, comics, original artwork, just incredible stuff that you all have to check out. All, brought to you from the courtesy of Whatnot and Marvel. Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Oh, speaking of beautiful, we just saw some beautiful Spider-Man cosplay on stage, and we're celebrating Spider-Man's 60th.
60 years.
So in your history of all things toys, this is going to be very, very difficult. What is your favorite Spider-Man toy that you've ever... your favorite Spider-Man toy?
Put me on this.
I know.
They do this all the time to me. They do this. Okay, well, here's the thing. We're actually in luck because we talk about why we're here. I just told all you guys why we're here for San Diego. One of my favorite Spider-Man toys is actually at the show.
No, what is it?
And you can actually go to the Marvel booth and see it right now. From 1967, the Captain Action line of toys, they actually did a Spider-Man outfit. We found one in the box. Now, you guys might go, Jordan, it's rare, it's old, but let me tell you something, okay? This is one of only 4 known in the world.
Wow.
4. 1967, they call it the Spider-Man Captain Action outfit, only available here in the Marvel booth. Whatnot is going to be doing something very, very special with it on Sunday. You guys are all got to come back and check it out. I don't want to give it away, but it is truly something to behold.
So this was some other action figure that you could then dress as Spider-Man?
Captain Action was a line of action toys in the 1960s that you were able to dress him. He was a man of mystery. He was an international spy. You can dress him in all these different outfits. And they had 2 outfits by Marvel. One was Captain America, and one was Spider-Man. Spider-Man was short-packed, 1 per case, extremely, extremely rare. He came with an outfit. He came with all these really, really cool accessories and a very collectible ring. Now, this was the 1960s. Kids opened the toys. They threw them out. They played with them. The packaging never really saw the light of day. We found one in the box.
Wow.
That's truly incredible. And I got to tell you something. What is 2000? Oh, my God, it's so old. I've been doing this. I was 16 years old. I've been doing this for almost 40 years. It's only the first one I've ever seen. First one I've ever seen in my life. Held it in my hands. I was shaking.
Yeah, what does that feel like?
Yeah.
It's you know what? It's so funny because it's nice to know that after doing this for so long and after seeing hundreds and hundreds and thousands of toys, I still get excited. It still gets your pulse racing, your heart starts beating, and you're like, oh, I can't believe I found it. Truly, truly one of the the bucket list moments in my career, and I love it. And I love that it was all part of Marvel and San Diego Comic-Con, my favorite. Dream come true.
It is. Listen, now, you talk about your 40 years of experience, so throughout your years of experience, seeing toys evolve, right? Seeing toys go from kind of like a simple articulation to now however many hundreds of points of articulation.
Yeah.
What has it been like seeing toys grow in popularity and complexity over the years?
It's an interesting evolution. In in my mind, it's almost like a double-edged sword, okay? We have evolved the toys in such a state that they can pretty much do anything we want. They can do any kind of pose. They're very, very mechanical right now. We're getting into the digital age where now people are incorporating NFTs and the non-fungible tokens into the toy lines as well. It's really incredible to see the designers and the engineers finally be able to achieve what they want. That being said, I do miss the simplicity of a simpler line. I do miss the simple articulation, the 5 points of articulation. But you know what? Time marches on. And with that, the evolution of the toys marches on. And you know, we're all going to become dinosaurs in this era. But I love it. I love the younger generation coming in and playing with these toys. And I love the younger generation coming in and getting such love out of it that we all did when we were kids, too. Because I know we're all a bunch of toy guys as well.
Yeah, it's totally true. Before, when we were just hanging out before we were live, we were talking about the old Toy Biz line. Yeah. And I got to say, speaking of Spider-Man, one of my favorite toys of all time was, for some reason, the Spider Dragster.
Yeah.
And we had talked about it shot this spinning disc, and you could like overclock it, basically, like do some damage with it. I also forgot that it had a grappling hook in the front.
It did.
And it was a very satisfying motion.
Yeah, it was great. You know, that was a really fun time with Marvel and Toy Biz because I believe at the time, Toy Biz owned Marvel, or Marvel owned Toy Biz at one point. It was very interesting because they made the Punisher van, which was fantastic. And you're like, oh, Punisher, drove a van. It was awesome. But then they did the Spider-Man Dragster. So, like, for a bunch of kids on the, walking down the toy aisle, they're like, oh, man, Spider-Man has a dragster? This is freaking cool.
Sick, yeah.
I love it. He's racing for pink slips down on the boulevard. It was an awesome toy. They got creative. They gave him a little bit of creative license. Really fun stuff. And that's really what I miss about toys, just having a lot of fun with them.
I love it. I have one more question, and it's on behalf of both of us.
I want to ask him everything.
Yeah.
Please.
I can come back. I'm here all week. Don't worry.
Tell our significant others the justification for still being obsessed with toys.
Okay. So you know what it is, and I'll say this really quick. I'll wrap it up. This truly is a connection to our childhood. This truly is a connection to something we loved in a simpler time. And in a crazy world with everything going on, I think we all need that. So it is a little bit of mental health break. Enjoy the toys. Let your significant other buy the toys. Enjoy it with them.
Enjoy the toys. That's right. Thank you so much, Jordan, for joining us.
Thanks,
Always
guys.
a pleasure to
I
see
appreciate
you. Always
it.
a pleasure to talk to you and pick that amazing brain of yours.
You're too kind.
We are going to have so much more here from Marvel Live and at the Marvel booth, so make sure you check it out. And we'll be back soon with more here at Marvel Live from San Diego Comic-Con 2022.
My friends, welcome back to Marvel Live. Welcome back to Marvel Live. Justin Warner here. We are having a great time. Look at the crowd. Look at the stage. Everybody's having a blast. That Jumbotron is living up to its name. Absolutely jumbo. And look, there's Langston Belton, fresh off of the stage there. Looks like he's having a good time bouncing around. And we are having a great time here. And as a matter of fact, we have a planner that I'd like to read to you so that you can know all of the fun that's in store here at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. Today, Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, well, we had it. It was the Spider-Man Beyond Amazing cosplay photo op. It was so much fun. Next up, we're going to have the Marvel Comics signing with Ram V, 4:45. I think Langston, my buddy, is going to be doing that. And then at 5:30, we've got the making of Marvel's Spider-Man Beyond Amazing, the exhibition, which we've talked about a little, but sounds super exciting. And then at 8:50 Eastern, or 5:50 Pacific, we've got trivia time with Marvel Insider. And I'm super excited about all that. We've got a hashtag, my friends, if you want to reach out to us. But I'll get to that in just a second, because at 9 o'clock, we've got the Marvel Giveaway Hour. I know you all get super pumped. It's 9 o'clock Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific here, San Diego time. It's giveaways. I know you love them. Anyway, if you want to get at us, my friends, use the hashtag Marvel SDCC, or reach out to us via marvel.com/SDCC, where at least for the duration of the con, you can see all of the fun stuff that we've got going on. Pretty excited about it, having a great time. Hanging out by myself in the lounge, but I am not alone because we have tons of friends here. And we've got some merch we're going to talk about shortly. know what I did wrong. You're yelling at me. Oh. Okay, got it. Really great exclusives here, and I want to talk to you about them. It's almost like an unboxing. I know you all are fans. So first up, this is Comic-Con after all. We've got comics. Check this out, my friends. Only 2,000 copies of this good guy here. Even has a little certificate of authenticity. And this is, of course, a La Roca variant cover. It's even got editor-in-chief C.B. Cebulski's signature right there. What's up, CB? I am super excited about this. I think all Wolverine fans will be as well. But that's not it. The event of the season, my friends, here with a Momoko variant cover. Feast your eyes on that happiness. This is AXE, The Eve of Judgment, #1. Again, only 2,000 copies. And this is going to be incredible. This is, I think, the thing that everybody is getting super excited about. That will all be unfurling in the coming months. Let's see. I don't even know if I should open it for fear I would develop a third eye. This is the Scarlet Witch Darkhold-inspired diary for all of your deepest secrets. I wonder if anyone left any in here. Look, it's even got a little bookmark. Oh, I love it so much. It's a pretty high-quality thing. I'm feeling the pages in here, nice and thick, and it's beautiful. I think for all of your thoughts or spells, this might be ideal. Next up, we've got some pins. Of course, Thor-inspired. Got 4 of them right there. We got the new Asgard hammers. The Tour Guide of the Month badge, which I absolutely love. That's this guy right here. And looks like a little new Asgard love. So adorable. I would wear all of these. They would go great on a messenger bag. But let's talk about the shirts, my friends. And I won't be modeling any, sadly. But I am excited about all of them, all for various reasons. Fans of the Marvel Studios Ms. Marvel would love this New Jersey AvengerCon jam. Look at that. So much hype. I love the little insignias all around it. And it's got this kind of fun and funky, adventurous, very Jersey-esque sort of pattern to it. I am a big fan of that. Now, I'm actually copping this one because one of my good friends, believe it or not, is actually a good lawyer. I'm a really good lawyer, it says. I love just how super simple it is. It's understated. And I think that is the way I like my shirts. And I think there's just something great about that. If you've got any legal people in your family, firstly, I'm sorry. Second, maybe you should cop this shirt for them. That's right, buddy. It's coming to you. He knows who he is. Next up, for the 60th, check it out. Beyond amazing indeed. Look at the animation in that Spider-Man there. It says Beyond Amazing. Got that classic web slinging action. Pretty soft tee, too, I must say. It doesn't feel overly stiff. And beautiful printing on this. I can tell that this bright coloration is going to survive quite a few washes. Big fan of that. Next up, we got, of course, a Spirit jersey. You saw my colleague Angelique Rocher modeling this on stage. Check this out, the new Asgard Kings. Super fan of that. And then if you're a Valkyrie fan, my friends, you got to let them know. Valkyrie is #1. Too good, right? Super comfortable fabric. I could see myself lounging in that all winter long. And then, of course, the Mighty Thor. Beautiful, sort of almost like 70s inspired. I'm getting some real vinyl and disco sort of vibes from that. And I think it's just great. I think anyone could rock this. And the great thing about having all of those colors is you're almost guaranteed to coordinate no matter what you're doing. And a lot of detail on there. You can even see the little shatter of Mjolnir there. Pretty exciting stuff. And I got to love the coy grin of Mighty Thor there. Super fun. And then we got one more. And I got to say, I'm a huge fan already. My friends, the newest prehistoric edition, Spider-Rex. Thwip out of those tiny little T-Rex arms. Oh, what could be better? So I think, for the Spider-Man and for the dinosaur fan, this is perfect. And we all love any of the new iterations in the Spider-Verse. And I got to say, this one's probably going home with yours truly as well. I love his teeny tiny arms. My friends, you can get any of these shirts at the Marvel merch booth, which is right over that direction. And we are going to take a look at the Ram V signing that's happening right now.
But if you could team up Carnage with another character, someone that is out there that's like Carnage, let's hang out. Maybe not so bad. What kind of character would you like to see team up with Carnage?
I mean, I would be giving away spoilers if I did it. So everybody look out for the Carnage in Hell meeting Hela arc.
Ooh, okay. We like secrets here. We like secrets, but we don't like to spill secrets. Awesome. Issue 4 just dropped. There's so much that's happening in the world of Carnage and Venom. Before we open up the signing to all of our wonderful fans, what is something that you want fans to get them excited? What do you want them to know about your work and these books to get them excited about Venom and Carnage?
Yeah, I played the long game. If you didn't figure it out from my symbiote preferences, so everything matters. Everything is important. Every little piece of story will come back to bite you in the end. So keep track of it, and there's a 20, 30 issue arc planned. So I will see you at the other side.
We shall. I'm not going to waste any more time. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please line up and give it up. And welcome to the signing with Mr. Ram V. You don't know Spider-Man? The wisecracking, wall-crawling, friendly neighborhood? Well, you know. In that case, let's weave you a tale. Ooh, my spidey sense is tingling. After the death of his parents, Peter Parker was raised by his Aunt May and Uncle Ben in Forest Hills, Queens. He grew into a teenage science enthusiast and resident wallflower at Midtown High. Okay, he was a nerd. One day, at a science demonstration, Peter was bitten by a radioactive spider, giving him proportional arachnid strength, speed, and wall-crawling abilities. With his amazing new skills, he did what anyone with superpowers would do: professionally wrestle. He created a Spider-Man costume complete with web shooters for the full effect. However, Peter, enjoying his newfound fame, ignored a robber escaping backstage. Unfortunately, that same criminal would end up killing his Uncle Ben. Peter vowed to change his ways, remembering his uncle's final words: "With great power, there must also come great responsibility." Peter got into the swing of the superhero thing, cracking jokes and cracking heads of villains, like the appropriately 8-legged Dr. Octopus, Kraven the Hunter, Mysterio the Illusionist, that mean old turkey the Vulture, the shocking Electro, and the abrasive Sandman. In fact, there were so many villains, they formed a whole Sinister Six just to have a fighting chance. It still didn't work. While Spider-Man was saving the day, Peter Parker's confidence and swagger greatly improved. He dated the police captain's daughter, Gwen Stacy, and got to know the most fun girl at any party, Mary Jane Watson. Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot. But Peter Parker still had his own troubles. He got bullied by jerks like Flash Thompson and had to hide his after-school activities from everyone, including his sweet Aunt May. She was having enough trouble just trying to make ends meet, so to help out, Peter got a job at the Daily Bugle selling pictures of Spider-Man to the world's worst boss, J. Jonah Jameson. Because if someone's going to defame you, you might as well get a cut. Spidey's villains also became increasingly nasty. In an attempt to get to Spider-Man, Doc Ock killed Gwen's dad, Captain Stacy. Then the bemasked Green Goblin dropped Gwen Stacy off the Brooklyn Bridge, and Peter couldn't save her. This part is sad. You know what? Let's move past this part. No, past this part. Peter and Mary Jane mourned the loss of Gwen, and in time, their own relationship bloomed. Peter grew up and got several advanced science degrees. MJ became a model and actress, and eventually the two got married. Aww. And then got unmarried thanks to a deal with Mephisto. It's a long story. But abnormal is pretty normal for Peter Parker. He's met his own clone, he's been to space several times, and even witnessed a whole Spider Island. And all that is a pretty regular Tuesday. Over the years, Spidey has worked with teams like the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and the Web Warriors. Peter rekindled the flame with MJ, and he even told Aunt May about his alter ego, and later, all of New York City. Peter lived. And then he seemingly died. Doc Ock took over his body to become the superior Spider-Man. Luckily, Peter found his way back to life, which was a relief because soon after, he had to save the multiverse, the Spider-Verse, with a little help from some spider friends. Okay, a lot of spider friends. Is that a pig? As you can see, old Webhead has done it all, and then some. Now, if he could just get a few minutes to finish his slice, well, the hero's work is never done. And now you do know Spider-Man.
You don't know Ghost Spider? The Gwen Stacy of Earth 65 who became a Spider-Gwen? Well, get ready to rock! We all know Peter Parker of Earth 616 was bitten by a radioactive spider and became Spider-Man, who fell for Gwen Stacy, who also fell for him. What? Too soon? But across the multiverse, on Earth 65, Gwen Stacy was just an average teenager. She spent her time drumming in a rock band called the Mary Janes, had a couple of BFFs named Peter Parker and Harry Osborn, and was being raised by her stern but loving widowed dad, Captain Stacy, who was head of the NYPD. Until she was bitten by a radioactive spider and gained a bevy of superpowers. And after a quick wrestle with Shulky, she became Spider-Gwen. Except that wasn't a great superhero name because everyone would know her secret identity if she used it, so folks in her universe called her Spider-Woman, okay? Okay. Anyway, her bestie, Peter Parker, was inspired by this mysterious new hero. Tired of being bullied and wanting to be a hero too, Peter experimented on himself, but was transformed into a giant lizard. Gwen tried to save Peter, but he ended up dying in her arms. Sound familiar? Spider-Woman was accused of his murder. See, this is why she can't be called Spider-Gwen. And her own father unknowingly vowed to bring her to justice. Finally, he cornered Spider-Woman at gunpoint, and Gwen had no choice but to reveal her identity. Captain Stacy, believing his daughter, dropped the case, but others continued to pursue her, which is always a perfect time to swing across the multiverse. Gwen was pulled into the Spider-Verse, where she met Miles Morales, the Spidey of Earth 1610, and he was cute! And Peter Parker, who kept looking at her like she was a ghost. Admittedly, he looked like a ghost to her, too. Plus, she got to form the ultimate girl group with the other Spider-Women. Wait, 2 Spider-Womans? Looks like Gwen's gonna need a new name. Maybe Ghost Spider. Nah, too on the nose. Together, the Spideys conquered the Inheritors, the multiversal monsters, and Gwen went back to her own universe to deal with her drama. Gwen tried to balance normal life with hero wanted by the law life, with a little help from her new pals Silk and a very pregnant Spider-Woman. And she even made time for a visit from Miles. But the police, including a punishment-happy Lieutenant Frank Castle, plus a horde of sinister villains like Vulture, Black Cat, Green Goblin, and the Kingpin, who happened to be Matt Murdock no matter what the shirt says, were not making it easy. Gwen's continued pursuits ended up landing her dad in jail and herself in a lot of hot water, including a deal with the devil and a very humid symbiote suit. Eventually, she decided to stop running from the law and served a year of jail time. Finally a free woman, she jumped around the multiverse with Miles and teamed up with the Webbed Warriors, this time for a Spider-Geddon. Turns out she liked Earth 616 and decided to stick around and attend Spidey's alma mater, Empire State University. And with that, she definitely needed a new name. You can't have 2 Spider-Womans in the same universe. Ghost Spider it is! Now, in the main Marvel universe, she swings into action and teams up with Spideys and other young heroes as she tries to find balance with herodom, school, friendships, and rocking out. And now you do know Ghost Spider.
You don't know Miles Morales? Dang, dude, let me catch you up. Swing into the Spider-Verse and let's hang out with a Spider-Man from the Ultimate Universe. From alternate Earth 1610, brilliant Brooklyn teen Miles Morales just wanted to have a normal life, but was bitten by a genetically altered spider and gained arachnid abilities. It wasn't until after the death of the Spider-Man of his reality, aka Peter Parker, that Miles grappled with his great responsibility. Still hesitant, Miles shared his secret with his best friend, Genki Lee, because he could totally save the world with his superpowers. Heeding Genki's advice, Miles became a web-slinging hero who used his powers to fight injustice, at first in Spider-Man's original costume, which didn't go over well. Not cool, man! Thanks to a drop-in by fellow Spider person Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman, he got a more suitable suit. Sick, bro! With his new look, web shooters gifted from Peter's Aunt May, not to mention his arachnid abilities like chameleon camouflage, venom blasts, and a buzzing spider sense, Miles was ready to take on villains. So, he caught up on crime fighting and homework. Average GPA? No way! But there was nothing that could prepare him for his greatest foe yet. None other than his Uncle Aaron Davis, aka Prowler, career criminal and cat burglar. Uncle Aaron, no! When Prowler discovered Miles' secret, he proposed a partnership. But Miles made the hard choice and fought the Prowler to protect the public. And while Miles won the battle, he lost his uncle. Oof. In time, Miles discovered he could swing with the best of them and joined the Ultimates, an elite superhuman shield team. He later joined the Spider Army, composed of spider heroes from across the multiverse. Together, they fought the Inheritors, a family of spider people eating baddies, and with Miles' help, the spiders ended the hunt. What a cool guy, am I right? But hey, ready for a rude awakening? Miles' reality and the main Marvel universe, Earth 616, collided. Miles woke up in a reformed Prime Marvel universe. Luckily, his family and friends also survived. Whew! Now he trains with the still alive in this universe Peter Parker. He's joined the Avengers as well as the teen team, the Champions. And he still has time for extracurriculars. Speaking of after-school activities, on a mission in another universe, Miles met Gwen Stacy, aka Ghost Spider. And let's just say they had a moment. Maybe we should give them a second. Well, anyway, Miles Morales continues his mission to fight baddies, get a great education, and be the best Spider-Man he can be. Now, you do know Miles Morales.
Welcome back to Marvel Live. Justin Warner here, and I am joined by some of the coolest people at the con. We've got Brandon, Mo, and Eric from Mondo, and y'all brought stuff.
We brought
We definitely did. Yeah.
Brandon, what do we
What do
bring?
you want to start with? Here, I'll pull the guy from underneath. We have our Wolverine from the X-Men animated series, 1/6 scale figure. This was the first in our line of X-Men animated series figures. We have more coming. Let me tell you that. This is available right now on our shop, but then in a couple weeks we will have Magneto, and then we just announced at our booth Jubilee and Gambit. So you can really just get them going.
Animated series Jubilee. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
She's got the shades, right?
She's got the shades. You want me to show you what he comes with too? One
Please,
second.
please.
He does come with.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but it is a Jean and Cyclops photo for him to hold and be sad about.
Yeah, and make that sort of menacing, grim face there. Yeah, I love it so much. I got to say, what makes me so happy about this is the detail that is in the line work on this. What goes into like the creative process to make something like this happen?
We have an incredible toys team. Hector Arce, who is a mastermind, and that entire team really work with some of the best artists and sculptors around to really make sure this just pops off from the TV show, right?
Yeah, the idea is really just to bring the animated series to life, really take it off the screen and into a 3 dimensions. So we did cell shading and just kind of very heavy line work and ink work. So yeah, just doing our best to really make it feel like it popped off right out of your TV screens.
It really does. I love it. I want it. I'm sure everybody at home loves it and wants it. And, just take our money, gang.
There it is. This is QVC. I feel great.
Yeah, right? If only we had a ticker of how many sold. What else we got? Some vinyl as well?
Yeah, we've been working with Walt Disney Records and Hollywood Records on a Marvel Studio soundtrack series for now about 5 years. Started with Ant-Man and the Wasp. We did Black Panther. We've done Thor Ragnarok, the Infinity War Endgame, and now we're into Phase 4 with one of our first ones, Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This is the score by Joel P. West with some original artwork by Danny Pendergast. And we pressed about 500 of these for the San Diego Comic-Con show floor.
Amazing. It's beautiful. And I see we've got colored vinyl.
Oh, yeah. 2 different colored discs. We got this really beautiful orange and gold.
Ooh, look at it.
And we also
that gatefold
did a silver and blue swirl. And then, my favorite piece of this is the interior gatefold, which is a splash page
Oh, my
from
goodness.
the third act of the film. Absolutely love this movie, and I love this score so much.
This is amazing. I will be adding that to my record collection for sure. My wife and I play a lot of vinyl, and if I'm not mistaken, vinyl is actually outsold digital CDs like last year, correct?
It's gotten to the point now where for the last 8 years before the pandemic, people were like, it's a fad, it's going away, it's not going to really last at all. And now everyone's like, oh my God, vinyl, we can't even make enough of it. It literally is impossible to make these things, so it's a small miracle that these made it to the show in general. Yes, they are surpassing, and it is thanks to a lot of collectors and diehard people in the soundtrack community, honestly, that really kind of bolstered and repopularized the format. It's actually quite a special thing that this format is even as popular as it is.
Well, I love it because it's multifold, right? You're getting the music from the soundtrack, you're getting the beautiful vinyl itself, and then you have the art of the album. So I feel like it's like 3 things I want all in one.
The format and the canvas are really kind of what does it for me. I just love how big they are and how, if you're an adult collector and you want something that looks classy on your shelf or in your, on your bookshelf, either spines out or in a frame. And it's practical because you can listen to it too.
Yeah, I love that. And I was feeling that earlier. It's pretty heavy vinyl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 180 gram heavyweight. It's starting to become a bit of a problem for my collection as I'm moving, and I don't know if you've ever tried moving vinyl from house to house. It's a bit of a problem. Not to detract people from wanting to buy this.
Yeah, and with these hot days, it's important to make sure that your vinyl stays cool. Everyone learns that once, and it's always the hard way.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, look at this good guy right in front of us.
Yeah. So in addition to toys and soundtracks, we also do screen-printed movie posters. They're all limited edition. We cover all areas of Marvel. So we have the animated series, we have the live-action films, and then we also throw back to where it all started with the comics. So this is a screen-printed reproduction of a very iconic piece of artwork by an artist named Mobius for a story called Silver Surfer Parable, written by Stan the Man Lee and drawn by Mobius. So yeah, this is a great kind of 8-color limited edition screen print. It's available on Saturday over at our booth, and yeah, I mean it's all hand numbered, limited edition, and we love it. So just we love celebrating all areas of Marvel. So this is our kind of throwback to the comics and where it all started.
Well, I have one thing to say about that. Rad. You guys got the Silver Surfer joke? Okay, great. Thanks. That was for all of you at home. So what sorts of things can Marvel fans look forward to in the future? Because y'all bring the A game constantly. I am never, ever, ever like, oh, it's Mondo, it's just no. Y'all live up to the name. It's always huge. It's always amazing. So what's in the pipe?
For the soundtracks, we're continuing through Phase 4. We have we just did Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on our website a couple months ago, but we're doing Thor: Love and Thunder and Marvel's Eternals as well, and a couple of the Disney Plus shows as well down the pipe, but I can't really say too much more about that.
Of course. Uh-oh, sounds like secrets.
Same for posters. In addition to the comics, like I said, we do Marvel Studios live-action stuff as well. So we have some posters coming for Spider-Man No Way Home. We're doing stuff for the Disney Plus TV shows, Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, things like that. So we'll be, we're big fans, so we're celebrating all corners.
If someone is meandering around here and they find your booth, is there any other Marvel stuff that they should be on the lookout for?
There is some more Marvel stuff that they can look for. One thing that will be on Saturday that we did not bring, and now I'm like, why didn't we bring it? It's a huge Man-Thing soft vinyl figure, bigger than a dog. It's enormous.
I was pointing to the dog right behind us.
Yes. I was like, is it here?
Down.
But it's a special, only 120 are made. It's black and white, special colorway just for San Diego Comic-Con. It's really beautiful. It's done by an incredible artist named James Groman, who also did like the Mad Balls back in the 80s. And so it's really fantastic, and the detail is wonderful.
We also have these great enamel pins. So these are by an artist named Tom Whalen. So we have 3 pins at the show. Mr. Knight and She-Hulk, who will be getting her own show in the next couple weeks on Disney Plus, and then of course Dr. Jane Foster or the Mighty Thor.
I love them. I love them so much. I especially love that She-Hulk. I feel like I want to wear that to the co-op, and all the people will be like, broccoli? And I'll be like, nah, She-Hulk. I love it so much.
Maybe we accidentally leave that one here for you. I don't know. We could maybe leave that on the couch
Fell
by
off
accident.
the truck.
Yeah, who knows?
My friends, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for all you do to help celebrate and support Marvel.
Thank you
Of course.
so much.
Thank you for having us.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Langston, and I'm here with the wonderful Jack DeMeo, marketing manager for comics and media at Whatnot. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I couldn't be more excited. It's San Diego Comic-Con, and we're here.
We're here in real life. You're real, I'm real.
That's right.
No screen. Isn't that weird?
It's such a different experience, but I'm ready for it.
Nice. Now, I can tell you're already excited, and I'm excited. So, Jack, the Whatnot app and just the concept of Whatnot is so cool. Please break down how an auction goes if folks are on the app at home.
Yeah, it's very similar to what you've probably already seen, whether you were on Facebook Live or Instagram Live. The difference is we've got built-in selling features. So you've got a timer, you've got incremental bidding, you've got a randomized giveaway feature. So all of that is taken care of by the app, and you can kind of get in on that excitement and give you the same experience that you've had from traditional auction houses, but with more fun and live video rather than static listings.
What can you tell all of our friends out there to get excited for what Whatnot has here at the Marvel booth at San Diego Comic-Con?
We have so much fun stuff going on. First off, we have an awesome photo booth installation right here with the amazing variant cover from Tyler Kirkham. We've got the book on sale, and we will have Tyler here doing signings every day at the convention from 11 to 12 a.m. Pacific time. And that's not all. We've got so much more. I mean, we've got this amazing giveaway stream coming on Sunday. We're going to be giving away some of the most amazing and rare collectibles in Marvel history, curated by the toy hunter himself, Jordan Hembro.
Ooh, we love Jordan Hembro, a friend of the show and a friend of mine, a friend of humanity, really. So for folks at home, they can get the Whatnot app and join in for that giveaway, yes?
That's right. Even if you couldn't make it to San Diego this year, you can download the Whatnot app on every app store that exists and get in on this action 1:45 Pacific time on Sunday and get one of the most amazing collectibles, grails for your collection, absolutely free.
Free. That's the magic word. Free. Now, I gotta ask, you've given away a bunch of stuff. The people have auctioned off countless things. What is one of the coolest Marvel things you've seen either given away or auctioned off on the app?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some of the most amazing, like, key issues in comic history. Amazing Fantasy 15, Avengers 1, Fantastic 452, which is an issue that's going to be important coming up. And we're going to be giving away one of those this weekend.
Now, what's something here, physically, that you think is really cool? Maybe the coolest?
Yeah, you know, as a fan, and again, a lifelong Marvel fan, I feel like I've seen it all. But this Captain action figure that we've got with the special Spider-Man suit, there's only 4 in the world. I have never seen it, and I cannot believe we're going to give it away to one fan for free.
Thank you so much, Jack, for chatting with me. I hope you have a wonderful convention. You're already excited. I'm going to go find out some of the stuff that we're going to get. But if you are here Sunday, 1:45 Pacific time, and if you're at home on that app, same time, you can get in on the awesome giveaway. And please come down, say what's up to Jack, say what's up to me. We're going to have a good time. Until next time, I'm Langston, and this is Marvel, your universe.
Welcome back to the Marvel Live Lounge. Justin Warner here, and I am joined by none other than Brian Crosby, Marvel's creative director of live events. What's up?
How's it going, man?
I'm having a blast, especially now that you're here. It's it's an honor to be next to such like a big creative brain.
I'll let you know when he gets here.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Firstly, how's your con? How are you feeling?
It's just good to be back more than anything. You know, this is oddly familiar yet unusual at the same time, but it's great to be back. I've missed it. One of my responsibilities at Marvel is to oversee our presence, you know, our booth and things like that, help arrange the live stream and whatnot. And it's great. It's great to be back with the fans and interacting like we were never gone.
Right. Well, talk to me about live events. What goes into it when you're tasked with something? What's the creative process like?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think it's always been a little bit of a flip for how we normally do things at Marvel, right? We typically are either reading comics or watching movies or animation or video games or whatever it is. And in the case of a live event, you have to narratively flip the paradigm so that the fan or the guest or whatever becomes the protagonist. So you are all the experiences are happening to you. Right, you're the one fighting the bad guy or whatever. So in the case of an event like this, we have to think about experientially what are people doing, how are they consuming the space, what do they hear, what do they touch, all of those things. So my background as a designer was in designing theme park experiences. So I bring that same mentality of experiential storytelling to what I do in live events.
I love that. And, I think the thing that lingers is the things that you remember. For example, this gore tattoo that we both have.
Yours looks so much cooler than mine.
I fell asleep with it on, so it might not be as semi-permanent as we thought. Anyway, talk to me about Spider-Man 60th, because you've done a lot of work around that.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, we've been working on this for quite a while. We did a virtual event a few months ago to kind of kick it off. There's a robust consumer products campaign, but in my space, we wanted to figure out how do we celebrate Spider-Man 60th in a dimensional way, let people experience it. And we had been doing a museum exhibit called Marvel Universe of Superheroes with seminal exhibitions. And we had so much fun doing that. We did it just after the 80th anniversary of Marvel that we wanted to do a deep dive into one character, really dig in and learn all we could about one character. And quickly, Spider-Man rises to the top as a character that people want to learn more about and really immerse themselves in. And so what better time than 2022? We're coming back to San Diego. There happens to be a Comic-Con museum just up the road, and it's the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man, so let's go ahead and do it. So we partnered up with Seminole Exhibitions again, and we have created a immersive exhibit that has original artwork, vintage comics, props and costumes from the films, real narrative storytelling in that space where you can just kind of soak it all in and learn about where Spider-Man Peter Parker came from, where he is today, and then also where he's going in the future with him as a character, but also the larger Spider-Verse. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's, now, just like for 60 years, it's an incredible time to be a Spider-Man fan.
It is, yeah.
So speaking of fans, how do fans get access to this?
So the Comic-Con Museum is there, 365 days a year. I think that's, what Comic-Con International likes to say is Comic-Con just doesn't have to be this, 4 or 5 days here in San Diego, but you can go to Balboa Park in San Diego anytime and kind of immerse yourself in pop culture. But the Spider-Man exhibit will be there through the end of the year. And, yeah, go check it out.
I love that. So till the end of the year, we have time to check this out. And you don't have to go to Comic-Con specifically to get some of that Comic-Con flavor and vibe.
That's right. Yeah, it's called Marvel's Spider-Man Beyond Amazing, the exhibition. And, yeah, it's going to be there all year long. So go check it out. And you don't need a badge or anything. Just go in. And there's a few other great exhibits, too. But let's be honest, the Spider-Man one's the one people should really go check out.
If I don't say so myself. I love that. What are you most excited about here at San Diego Comic-Con 2022?
I think we've got some really unique things happening in the booth. We've got a partnership that we've done with Inkbox that we're doing semi-permanent tattoos, as you showed earlier. We have a partner called Whatnot that has some vintage collectibles on display that we may or may not be doing something with. We have VV, our digital collectibles partner. Gunner showcasing their blue light gamer glasses. There's just so much happening. And then, of course, always we got cosplay events, signing. So for me, the real fun is doing all that stuff, letting the fans be a part of it, and then getting to re-engage with the fans again in person. Even some of my coworkers and friends I haven't seen in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
I love it. I love it. Brian Crosby, thank you so much for being here, and thanks for shedding just a little insight on what goes on in that big brain.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Well, if you all need to get a hold of us, make sure you use that hashtag MarvelSDCC, or check us out at marvel.com/SDCC. We got a lot more in store, and I'm super pumped about it. Twit.
Yo, what's up, Marvel fans? It's Langston, and I am here at the Whatnot installation here at the Marvel booth, a.k.a. 2329, if you're feeling fancy. Now, Whatnot is the largest live stream shopping platform in the United States, the largest in the country. So we're very happy to have them here. Now, Whatnot, you can buy all types of things. People are auctioning off, arts, trading cards, comics, and we are very happy to have them here because they're going to be giving away some amazing Marvel memorabilia here at the booth. Now, if you come over to this installation, not only can you see the amazing variant covers that we have and the awesome Whatnot app that you can download at home to get in on all those auctions, but there's also an amazing photo op you can have using the variant cover of Judgment Day, featuring the Avengers, the X-Men, and the Eternals. You can come down here, get a photo op, and be sure to come here Sunday, 1:45, or join on the app at Sunday, 1:45 Pacific time, where you can get in on an amazing giveaway and get some pretty cool Marvel stuff. I think I'm going to just hang out here for a while, so I'll check y'all later. I'm Langston, and this is Marvel, your universe.
Justin Warner here with Alex from VV. Now, I know all about VV, but if someone doesn't know, what is VV and why is VV here?
Vivi is here because we are the official premium licensed digital collectible NFT partner of Marvel. It's pretty awesome. We are showing off the wares today. We got a bunch of Marvel NFTs on the app. We got the Marvel Mighties here in the flesh, life size. You can only find them on Vivi, and we're just really excited to be in our first in real life event.
That's amazing. And if say I don't have the shelf space for an in the flesh Marvel Mighty, you guys have an augmented reality thing going on too, correct?
That's right. These are just the representations of what you can find on the app. These are all premium digital collectibles. Just save the shelf space at home. You can carry everything with you in the app, and you can play with them in AR using the functionality, drop them in the real world, and take pictures with them. It's awesome.
Speaking of drops, I understand that you have some SDCC exclusive drops happening. My friends, you heard it. Exclusive. You're salivating, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. Every day of Comic-Con this week, we have a new Marvel Con exclusive, starting with this Welcome to San Diego Spider-Verse poster. We have Deadpool's Chimichanga truck. We have House of M #1, the digital comic, fully readable in AR. We have the Tesseract and the Silver Surfer 3D digital collectible, just a beautiful piece.
If people want to know more, what do they do?
They can go to vv.me, or you can scan the QR codes while you're here at San Diego Comic-Con. Hit us up on the socials. We'll get you sorted.
Alex, thanks so much. Justin Warner, here at Vivi. It's been great.
Thank you.
Let's get into it. How are y'all doing? First of all, how's your Comic-Con?
We're back. We're back.
Yeah. Good. Good to see you.
It's all good. Max. We're having a great time.
Everyone's in a good space. I want to go, how's it going? Everyone's like, everyone's beaming ear to ear. It's great. So let's talk about this exhibit, because as we saw, it looks so cool. And if you're a fan of Spider-Man, it seems like it's the place to be to celebrate your love of the web slinger. So let's start out. Brian, where did the idea for this exhibit come from?
Well, at Marvel Themed Entertainment, we're about creating experiences that people can step into the Marvel Universe. And we had been working with several exhibitions on another exhibit just around the 80th anniversary of Marvel, called Marvel Universe of Superheroes. And the kind of conversation started about, what could we do next? And we thought it'd be really fun to take a deep dive into one character. And quickly, Spider-Man rises to the top of characters that we should really investigate a little bit more, learn a bit more about. And really, with the Comic-Con Museum opening right up the road, coming back to Comic-Con here in San Diego, it's 2022, happens to be the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man. Right. Seemed like the stars were aligning, right? Stars were aligning.
Yeah, that's right. And the opportunity to work on a character that both Patrick and I have adored since we were little boys. And then to get to see a whole bunch of people come through and look at that show, react to that show, react to the material that we found, it's a dream job, really.
And I should also mention that we are the co-curators of this exhibition, but we worked very closely with Brian. The trailer that you just saw is scored and animated by LEM Studios, who did all the projection design and the original soundtrack for our exhibition. The Studio TK in Berlin designed the entire space. It's we came up with some initial ideas and drew them out the old-fashioned way, like with a pen in a notebook, passing it back and forth. But there was a whole team of people that brought this to life and made it far beyond anything we ever could have imagined.
Yeah, none of this gets created in a silo. It's a full team of people. But I love that you mentioned the soundtrack and the score. I don't think enough gets said about this, because there is an original score for the exhibit that is not from any film or animated series, yet at the same time it feels so quintessentially Spider-Man when you're there. It's really great. I love it.
Yeah, it's got a real rise and fall. It's like these dramatic moments, and you'll be standing in front of, I don't know, maybe the splash page to the very first issue of Spider-Man drawn by John Romita Sr., the issue in which the Green Goblin's identity was first revealed, and the music will be rising around you. You'll feel your heart swell in your chest. I get tears in my eyes in front of some of those objects.
Let it go.
I'm not joking.
Let it go. Let it go.
The tears flow. Yeah. So you talk about the passion. You talk about the love that people have for the character of Spider-Man. For you all, as fans, what is it about? I mean, it's tough to put into words. What is it about the character of Spider-Man that people want to celebrate, that you've seen, that people are like, their hearts overflow, as you said?
Well, we have a tag team answer for this that we've developed at this point.
I guess so, but it boils down to two words, I think, if you were really going to boil it down, and that's relatability and design. And the relatability piece is this character, the teenager was a new concept just sociologically at the time. And when Stan and Steve decided to make the hero a teenager rather than a sidekick, and to focus on his interior life, to make the life of Peter Parker as important as the life of the character in the costume, that was groundbreaking in that period, and we're still riffing on the idea of the teenage superhero. And we all know, like becoming a teenager is a bit like developing weird mutant powers anyway, right? Like your body changes in unexpected ways, and you're not sure, you have a crisis of identity and who you are. Spider-Man is an allegory for the pain of adolescence. They did that beautifully. They did that from the beginning, and I think a lot of us can relate to that now.
Yeah, and at the same time, if you are a kid seeing Spider-Man on TV, watching Spidey and His Amazing Friends, in my era, watching The Electric Company, seeing the Spider-Man newspaper strip, I didn't know any of that. Spider-Man was cool.
Yeah.
It was an amazing costume. He could climb walls. He swung over the city. He shot webs. And there is just some sort of lightning in a bottle aspect to that also is just incredible.
Yeah, and I'm gonna paraphrase my dear friend and mentor Joe Quesada, who iterated a story to me, and he was paraphrasing Stan Lee, and said that when Spider-Man is standing on the precipice of a building and is about to leap off, nobody worries, right? Because he looks cool. He's in the red and blue suit. He looks awesome. He's Spider-Man. He's a superhero. But as soon as we know who's inside the suit, as soon as we get to know Peter Parker, now we're in the suit with him, right? Now we're leaping off that building with him because he's trying to get the girl. He's trying to hold down the job. He's got a bully that he's got to deal with. And so we are in that suit with Spider-Man. So I think, relatability, design looks cool, but any one of us could be the guy or girl in that suit. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what makes him enduring.
Nice. Yeah. Now, again, like 60 years of this character, right? So, for everyone, how do you pick what goes into an exhibit celebrating a character that, as you said, means so much to so many people over the years?
You start with everything, and then you make a lot of really difficult choices of what to leave out.
Yeah, that was the hardest problem, realizing actually how many characters we had talked about and moments we talked about that in the end we weren't going to be able to use. But we tried to make sure that if your point of contact was the Electric Company in the 1970s, or if it was a video game, or if it was an actual comic book, or if it was a movie, that there would be some moment where your gateway, your way in, is represented in the show, and at the same time you get to see all of the beats, the key elements from that 60 years across media.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I would just fight with them.
Yeah,
and say, well, we have to have this. Yeah. No. We had a great working relationship, and I think we're almost always in sync on what should or shouldn't be included. But Ben's right. I think everybody has their own Spider-Man origin story when they got to know the character. Yet at the same time, I can't hardly remember my life without Spider-Man being in it.
Yeah, and we hopefully managed to build the exhibition on various levels. So, there's the casual level where you can go through it in about a half hour and get a totally rewarding experience. You can take 4 hours and go through all of the touchscreen essays and read all of the text. But then there's also the layer of Easter eggs. We've had so much fun finding ways to throw in our favorite obscure Spider characters in different places, our favorite Spider-Man publication, our favorite issues, our favorite little multimedia bits. So it hopefully, no matter who you are, and no matter, there's multilingual editions there in that window of memorabilia and merchandise. There's all of these international publications. Hopefully, no matter where you came to Spider-Man, you will find that point of access and then be brought into the greater story and be able to move from there and expand outward.
Nice, yeah, and it's also there's interactive elements and there's memorabilia, but at the core of Spider-Man are the stories. So, what was it like looking at this grand tapestry of this character, all these different stories, all these different iterations, all these different interpretations, and weaving that into one grand, here is Spider-Man. Here is the idea of Spider-Man.
Well, getting to actually reread the comics was a real joy for me. I mean,
What a pain.
Yeah, I know. What a job, right?
What a chore.
I got to get paid to read Spider-Man comic books. Now that was. I'm pinching myself even now. I can't quite believe that we actually got to do that. As for sort of weaving it together, we organized the exhibition roughly chronologically, but in terms of, we're going to start actually from before the character was created and show people some of those strange prototype moments that Stan and Steve were working on. Aunt May, for example, how many hardcore fans know this? It's first introduced in a story in Journey into Mystery 4 months before Amazing Fantasy 15 is published. And so we have that, a page by Steve Ditko from that story, the original hand-drawn page on the wall for people to see. So we're starting at the beginning. We kind of bring us right up to date to the point where Spider-Man is now, Miles Morales is Spider-Man for a whole new audience. Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider is the Spider-Person character for a whole audience. So we have an opportunity to end with a kind of grand gallery of the various iterations of the character.
And to break chronology when we felt like it.
Yeah,
because,
and then
when you introduce the Green Goblin, then we can show you props from the films. We can show you elements from other media.
Right.
So we built it mostly chronologically, except when we didn't.
Right.
And we went for the emotional beats, because you're also telling a story. Sometimes you need to break whatever strict format you have in your head in order to get the emotional resonance and to make it feel right.
And part of what we're celebrating this year, you see all of our staff wearing the Beyond Amazing 60 Years of Spider-Man staff shirts. We're all in this year. But, as excited about where Peter Parker came from, we're as excited about where he is today in all the various mediums, but also where Spider-Man and the larger Spider-Verse are going in the future. And we've seen just an immense expansion of the Spider-Man legacy in the past few years. So we're very excited about that at Marvel Entertainment.
So you talked about some the deep cuts of Aunt May premiering way earlier. Were there, in your creation of this exhibit, I'm very interested to know, what were some things that surprised you that maybe you didn't know? You were like, I cannot believe this is in the mythos of Spider-Man. What took you by surprise as fans?
Well, there's that Spider-Verse installation toward the end of the exhibition. Spoiler. But we're not going to go too far into detail. We'll just say that we found ways to sprinkle in Easter eggs of all of our favorite Spider characters, and we were scanning things and sending them back and forth and stumping each other.
Yeah.
This is such a collaborative experience that if you read through the text, like when we see them now, we don't know who wrote which piece in most cases, but we can go through that Spider-Verse installation and be like, oh, I don't know who that character is. That must be one that Ben sent.
Yeah. No, there is some, when we were at the end really trying to put an Easter egg for material that hasn't appeared yet. So the most hardcore Spider fan can stand in that. That's looking to the future, right?
Yeah. There is actually one surprise that I was not aware of. They uncovered a typed page by Stan Lee, which I had never actually seen, in person. A page that Stan typed in his own typewriter. The art that went with it, and I love all the art. But then having seen Stan's notes on that typed page about how they should really minimize how often they use exclamation points.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't sound very sophisticated.
We need to class these things up.
Yeah.
You hear it, you read it, and you hear Stan's voice.
Yeah.
And then to look at the art and see exclamation points all over it.
Didn't listen.
Stan always talked in exclamation points.
Yeah. No. So again, we're talking about all this amazing history. I want to talk about not just working on it, but as fans. I'm going to put you on the spot. What is your favorite Spider costume? What is your favorite look? The one that speaks to you. I personally love the first armored suit, the silver and black. I think that's one of just the cool. I have that action figure. I thought it was great that he just swung around the metal and made him heavy, but it looked awesome. So what was that for you?
I mean, after you go beyond the classic, red and blue anyway, I like that black costume.
Okay.
That's a really tough call because we had to go through and figure out which ones not to include, and we still included something like 40 different suits in various pieces of this exhibition.
Yeah.
I mean, Iron Spider is great, but yeah, the cleanness and just the stark graphic design of that black suit is phenomenal. At the same time, red and blue is Spider-Man. Like, it's that logo, that Spider logo right there, that says Spider-Man to me. And to pretty much the entire world. So you really can't improve on the original.
I think what I love, I obviously love the classic suit, but the way the different artists render that suit, how they choose to interpret the eye shape, the logo, all of that. And I think for me, Todd McFarlane's approach to Spider-Man, when I picked up Spider-Man #1 and saw him drawing the spaghetti webbing and putting Spider-Man in the most ridiculous poses that were just humanly impossible, it spoke to me as a 13-year-old reader, captivated my imagination to be an artist, all of those things. I love what Todd did. And the eyes were huge and bug-like, and I just love the way Todd rendered that suit and kind of made it his own. And it's been fun to watch the way other artists kind of take Spider-Man and kind of make it their own, too. Side note, I love Miles Morales' costume.
Of course, I mean,
that's
awesome. What a wonderful. I mean, even the fingers. That's what gets me is the red and black on the fingers. That's so much fun. So when folks go to this exhibit, if you want people to take away one thing, if they're walking, I mean, they're seeing all of this amazing hard work that y'all put in, that so many people put in. What is the one thing that you want them to walk away with when they walk out of that museum? What do you want them to feel? What do you want them to think? What do you want them to walk away with?
Well, there are two things, I think. One of them is when I stand in front of those artworks, I am moved in the way that other people are when they stand in front of a Rembrandt or something, right? Because I keep being reminded that this genuinely iconic, globe-spanning, world-famous franchise figure starts with a pencil and paper and somebody working on a piece of Bristol board. Just that idea of an individual working creatively out of their imagination with a pencil and a piece of paper. It doesn't get more basic than that. And you see so many examples of these stories and story moments and characters and concepts that began that way, and you see the page it started on. That, I find that inspiring and moving, and I come back to that every time. The other thing is, with great power there must also come great responsibility. I just think we'd be living in a better world if more people with great power actually really took that seriously, and it's a damn good message.
I think that really what I want people to leave with is the sense of wonder and potential that is so inherent and that we feel when we walk into these galleries. I mean, we work on the show, but we worked on the show with a team, first of all, as I said, collaboratively, and secondly, we wanted to share the things that we love with people. That is why we do this job as curators, as historians, as journalists, as whatever it is we are at any given moment. And yes, it begins with the Steve Ditko artwork. There's the first piece of Miles Morales artwork. There's the cover to Ultimate Fallout 4, the original cover art. So you also get the entire span of a 60-year story that still begins with one person sitting at a desk, drawing a piece, and then sharing it with the entire world and seeing how it resonates with people.
I hope it inspires the next generation of creators.
Yeah.
When I got my first comic book, the credits in a comic book are typically in the front. When we go to the movies or watch TV shows, and Marvel Studios has taught us to stay through the credits and wait till the end. But in the 80s, when the credits showed up, you were out of there. Nobody watched anything. But the credits at the beginning of a comic, my first comic I got, my mom who's here today, took me to a 7-Eleven. I got my first comic book, and I was reading names like Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee and Stan Lee, and I thought, oh, there are people that do this for a living, that make these and draw superheroes. So I hope kids go into this exhibit and see those names and see that original artwork, and they feel inspired to create their own stuff, tell their own stories, and hopefully I'll be working for them someday.
Yeah, well, y'all have inspired me. I want to see that video again. If I'm not gonna be able to get there because I'm here, I want to live through it in any way I can and live through y'all. So let's take a look at that video again, y'all. Right? That was cool, right? Let's run it again. Run it back.
All right.
Yes. Everyone, please, a big round of applause for Brian, Patrick, and Ben. Thank you all so much for your hard work. And give our thanks to everyone that worked on this amazing exhibit. And you all, go to the Comic-Con Museum, check out Beyond Amazing, Spider-Man, the exhibition. And here at the booth, we're going to have more stuff going on, so stick around. Until then, I'm Langston. This is Marvel, your universe. Thank you all. Thank you.
Welcome back to Marvel Live. I am Angelique Roche, and I am sitting here with two extremely talented and multi-talented, multifaceted gentlemen, Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing. Also, best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works.
Yeah, we met when we were 18 and literally and immediately hated each other. We were way too similar. It was not good.
Nope.
We had a mutual friend, our buddy David Server. We used to come to Comic-Con with him when we were right in college. And I was too similar to Colin. He was too similar to me.
Yep.
He wrote me as the villain in one of his pilots. It was bad news.
Yep.
And then,
I just really couldn't handle the fact that my best friend had a new best friend. So obviously I hated him with a passion. And then unfortunately I started reading his work and I was like, gosh darn it, this guy's actually talented.
Classic story.
It's hard to be mad at someone who's really good at what they do.
Classic story.
So luckily I convinced him to work with me and I've been stealing half of his paychecks ever since.
I have the exact same story, but I am the one stealing the paychecks.
I'm going to let both of you believe that is both the truth and not the truth.
Nice. Thank you for having our delusions.
Oh, my God. So I love this because, one, I love best friends, and two,
so do we.
You've been collaborating with each other. So it's not just you actually liked each other and you became friends. It's like you're partners in crime.
Yeah, we connected at the brain. We literally went on a trip in 2008.
Okay.
We went on a road trip. Just graduated college, and we went off on a road trip. And on the way, we went going to Lollapalooza to see Radiohead and Kanye West and Rage Against the Machine. And on the way there,
good lineup, I know.
We had to.
Tracks.
And we're on the way there. And I don't know if you know this about the middle of this country, but it's big and open and wide. And there's a lot of it.
I have lived in the middle of the country. It is a lot of wide open spaces.
Yes. So we were driving through it, and you can't talk about comics the whole time. And so we ended up talking about story and figured out that we had a lot of similar story instincts and started making up a movie together. And by the time we got to Chicago 4 days later, we'd written handwritten.
Jack was driving. I was writing it all down.
I was going to say, I hope that you were
movie.
switching writing.
I drove the whole way. It was a stick shift.
I tried to drive his car once. I ground the gears once, and Jack was like, you may never touch my car again.
Yeah.
Then you must have great penmanship because, whew.
Much better handwriting than me. True.
So now you're collaborating with Marvel.
Yep.
What was your first work with Marvel for the fans who may not be familiar? And what's your Marvel origin story? Like, how did you first start working with us?
Yeah. Well, our first book with y'all was Kang the Conqueror, which is absolutely insane. We actually pitched this book several years back because our core for it was really personal. The fact that we were able to tell a really personal story with our first book at Marvel was amazing. It's a story we wanted to tell about kind of the cycles of abuse and the toxicity of fatherhood and how that can really get passed down into sons, while also telling an absolutely rad, kick-butt history of Kang the Conqueror, which is itself a rat's nest of continuity. But we pitched them the idea, and they fell in love with it. It took a little bit of time to kind of get it going. Thank you, MCU.
And honestly, thank you to Alana Smith. Our real Marvel origin story in many ways here is Alana Smith, our editor on Kang the Conqueror, now our editor on Cap. Just a absolute gem of a person. Really inviting, really incisive mind who the first time we sat down with her, not to spoil what we're doing now, but the first time we sat down with her, it took her about 15 minutes of just talking with us. And she sort of leaned back and went, I think you guys are Steve boys. And I was like, what? He's like, I think you'd be really good at writing Steve. And we're like, Rogers? We'd never in a million years would have ever considered that could be a thing. And 3 years ago at New York Comic Con, she's just like, I don't know, I think you should do that someday. And then left it on the table, and we didn't do a book with her for another year and a half.
Well, that's a great segue because you are now writing Steve.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that
you've been working on Captain America, Sentinel of Liberty. Tell us a little bit about this story, what you can tell us.
Yeah.
And talk to us about what you're excited. It's Captain
America. Yeah. I mean, look, Steve Rogers is both of our favorite superhero, straight up. He was Colin's
my very first comics I was ever getting through the mail. They were coming folded up and stuffed into my mailbox. just like you love a good comic.
And
yeah, folded.
Yeah.
Folded with creases in it.
Oh, I love it.
And we
pain.
and when we met, when we would couple into our friend's car, we would go and get Captain America books. Like, he's deep in our souls, this character. And I think especially now more than ever, it's really relevant that Steve find new stories, that they push this character forward beyond his rogues gallery, beyond the stories that have been told about this character, and try to build new characters, new continuity, new life to live. Yeah. And so that's where Captain America Sentinel of Liberty comes in. While Sam Wilson is out there as Captain America, as the forward-facing Captain America in Symbol of Truth, Tochi Onyebuchi's book. Meanwhile,
shout out to Tochi.
Yeah, shout out to Tochi,
Love
an
Tochi.
absolute genius who we are so happy to be collaborating with. Just quickly became our brother. Like, love this guy.
Our first collaborative meeting with him, we talked about maybe for like 3 or 4 minutes before we're like, oh, wait a minute, is that anime on your back?
Yeah, are we just going to talk about Evangelion for an hour? Oh, okay, all right.
We're best friends now.
I'm not going to lie, that's the first thing. We actually stopped in the middle of our first interview, and I was like, what is that on your back wall, Tochi?
Yep.
But,
he wears it on his sleeve.
So, Steve, in your book, as we have Sam out in the world, having this banner of Captain America, where is Steve?
Steve is back where he grew up. He's showing up to his apartment in Lower Manhattan that he grew up in as a young kid. Yeah. People might know the MCU Cap as having grown up in Brooklyn, but Marvel Universe Cap grew up in Lower Manhattan in a little tenement building, in a little apartment. In Lower Manhattan, most of those tenement buildings are still around. So he's moving back into the same apartment that he grew up in, around normal people, down the way from a young kid who needs some help with bullying, down the street from a community college where he can take digital art classes.
He has to learn Procreate. I mean, like, you can't, if you're going to be an artist, which is, his favorite thing to do, besides punching fascists, obviously.
Correct.
It's like, well, he's got to learn how to digital art. Photoshop's a real bear. And I think the core for us is, like, Steve knows that Sam is out there repping the flag. Sam is out there being Captain America. So for the first time in a long time, Steve can just explore what it means to be Steve. And, like, yes, he has the suit, absolutely. The shield is incredibly important to him, but it was important to us and Carmen Carnero, our incredible artist.
Born to draw Captain America. Great, one of the greatest Captain America artists of all time. I don't know how we got so lucky to get stuck with her. She's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Holy cow.
But just getting out of her way so that she can bring us that great Steve content.
Yeah.
And like we just talked, Kang obviously is about cycles of trauma and kind of the damage that a father can do to a son. Cap's the exact opposite. Cap is obviously not, he is a dad, but he's the best of us. He's the ideal that we can strive for, and he inspires. And I think that's going to be really important as we move forward, is like, this is a story about hope.
Yeah.
Like, we are optimists at our core. As much as the world is on fire, like, we have to believe that we can pull it up.
But the challenge to Steve's world is going to come in the form of a revelation about the true nature of his shield. And I know that that's a thing that gets teased a lot, like, what does the shield mean? But we are giving a definitive answer to not what the shield is, but what that symbol, those rings, that star, those colors, what that means. And it's not America. It's something much deeper, it's something much more ingrained, and it's something much more sort of personally connected to Steve than he could ever expect. And so as that starts to engage with him and Bucky Barnes, who's very much our co-lead in the book, we're going to really see these two men pushed to extremes, to opposites, and to a potential breaking point between two best friends, which, given who we are, feels like a very personal. Oh, I'm sorry. You all right?
Aww.
Given who we are, really means that the story ends up being very personal to us.
Yep. I love it. I am so excited for everybody to get their hands on this book and the story, and I cannot wait to read it. I got to ask, though, I got to say, we cannot ignore what is around us. We are here at San Diego Comic-Con. You seem like to epically just
nerdy.
Yeah, I was looking for a better way to say it, but no.
Very, very nice of you, but yeah, we're big nerds.
So we are all nerds. What are you most looking forward to at San Diego Comic-Con?
Ooh. I honestly feel like I've already hit the thing that I'm really excited about here, which is being back among our people. This is our first con back. We've not had this experience. We've not been surrounded by the people we love and the things we love, walking through an aisle and just seeing that artist you worked with, or that great artist you love that you've never met, or this fan in an amazing piece of cosplay. Like, each experience at Comic-Con is an unexpected and very exciting way to re-engage with people who love the same stuff you do. And I'd kind of forgotten what that was like, because the only people most of us have seen for years have been in little Zoom windows.
And this guy.
Yeah, and this guy.
I am looking forward to 3 o'clock on Friday or on Saturday. Our Marvel spotlight on hot new talent. I feel like it's been, we did our first Ashcan. The first comics we'd ever done was at this convention 9 years ago.
Yep, 9 years ago.
And to go from, a little celebrity book, 8 pages of a little celebrity book, to being on Marvel's,
being on the next big thing panel, a panel that we have gone to as fans for like 15 years, is completely insane. So we're going to be on there with Chris Cantwell and Remvi, who are two of our close comics brothers. I can't wait to do it. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I love it. I am so excited that y'all had the opportunity to stop here on Marvel Live. Thank you, Jax, Colin.
Thank you so much.
Please make sure you are staying tuned and checking out more of the incredible interviews and stuff that is happening right here at the Marvel booth at marvel.com, and follow us on the interwebs, on the socials at #MarvelSDCC. Thanks, y'all.
Yo, what's up, Marvel fans? It's Langston, and I am here at the Whatnot installation here at the Marvel booth, aka 2329, if you're feeling fancy. Now, Whatnot is the largest live stream shopping platform in the United States, the largest in the country. So we're very happy to have them here. Now, Whatnot, you can buy all types of things. People are auctioning off, arts, trading cards, comics, and we are very happy to have them here because they're going to be giving away some amazing Marvel memorabilia here at the booth. Now, if you come over to this installation, not only can you see the amazing variant covers that we have and the awesome Whatnot app that you can download at home to get in on all those auctions, but there's also an amazing photo op you can have using the variant cover of Judgment Day, featuring the Avengers, the X-Men, and the Eternals. You can come down here, get a photo op, and be sure to come here Sunday, 1:45, or join on the app at Sunday, 1:45 Pacific time, where you can get in on an amazing giveaway and get some pretty cool Marvel stuff. I think I'm going to just hang out here for a while, so I'll check y'all later. I'm Langston, and this is Marvel, your universe. Yes, welcome back to Marvel Live here at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. The voice you're hearing right now is Langston.
And I am Angelique, and we are looking at the Marvel booth right here at San Diego Comic-Con. All these amazing fans. I see a Spider-Punk out there. And on this stage, there have been a number of live shows that have already happened, including some signings, including you just did one, Langston.
I did. I got to speak to the incredible team behind some of the really awesome things happening around the convention, at the convention. But we're not done because the Marvel stage you see there, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:50 p.m. Pacific. We're going to have trivia time with Marvel Insiders. So if you think you know your Marvel stuff, if you think you are a big brain when it comes to Marvel, stop on by and test your brain out.
We want to see what you got. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, we are going to have what honestly, you said it today, earth-shattering, earth-opening, variant calling, Marvel giveaway hour. You do not want to miss it if you are here at San Diego Comic-Con. It is literally one of the most fun, exciting, and free.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. And you know what's also free? Being social. Being social with people. It doesn't cost anything at all. So if you want to be social with us, please use that hashtag Marvel SDCC across all social media platforms and go to marvel.com/SDCC for all of the updates, all of the news, all of the announcements happening here at the Marvel booth and at the convention here from Marvel.
Yeah, and if you're not already following us on all of the socials, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and we're also on TikTok.
Yes.
So, make sure you check us out.
Yeah. Now, it's been a good time, and I think people I wish people could just see what's happening here. It's so...
do you wish they could see the booth?
Yeah. All
Well,
the
the
time.
funny thing is, what I heard is that you actually did a booth tour for all of our friends at home so that they could see the booth.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Can we show that booth tour?
Please.
Justin Warner here with the ever-loved Langston Belton. And Langston, when I say here, where are we?
We are at the Marvel booth here in beautiful San Diego, here at San Diego Comic-Con. It's always so good to be back, but it's so good to be back here with you.
Langston, I feel fresh, I feel lovely, and I am so excited about the Marvel booth.
Yeah, well, let's talk to the Marvel fans about the Marvel booth. Listen, this amazing booth you see behind us is a whopping 3,500 square feet. And that stage, that's going to be 36 feet long and 12 feet. It's massive. It's a massive stage for all the Marvel fans here to show their love and hang out with all the cool people like you and I.
Thank you very much. I almost didn't have enough space on my cue card to tell me how big the stage was. I've got 36 feet long. He's got 12 feet deep on his card. And speaking of space, my friends, it's all inclusive, but we've made some very special space for some Marvel Studios costumes.
Oh, yeah.
And they're gorgeous. They're right behind us, and they're going to be rotating out every single day. So if there's something that you really want to see, you got to keep checking back and checking back and checking back. That's how we get you. Right now, the Moon Knight costume, we were just admiring it together. It was a moment.
It really is the coolest thing to be able to see the MCU costumes up close and see all the artistry and all the details that maybe you don't even get to see on the screen, but you get to get close. Don't touch it, but get very close and take pictures with your friends.
And if you can't get close, behind us, my friends, is 14.5 feet by 26 feet. Do the math on the area. Jumbotron. Look at it. Right now, we've got some things happening. And it's so intense, it's so big, even my personality is dwarfed.
And his personality is the biggest I've ever seen. But you know what? It's not just that. We have some amazing, amazing partnerships happening here at the booth. 5, in fact. So I think we should go take a look at them. You want to go check them out?
All 5, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. All right, y'all, this is the Gunner Optics installation here at the Marvel booth. Our amazing friends at Gunner Optics have created some impeccable, one-of-a-kind eyewear based off some of your favorite Marvel characters. Miles Morales, Tony Stark, my boy Black Panther. You got to come check it out.
This is the Inkbox activation here at the Marvel booth. Essentially, you're getting semi-permanent tattoos featuring some incredible Marvel-inspired art.
All right, behind me, I got the installation from our friends at Whatnot. Whatnot is an amazing app where you can auction off anything, really. And people can get on the app and buy whatever you're selling. And our friends at Whatnot are doing an amazing collaboration with Marvel. They're going to be auctioning off some memorabilia right here at the booth. So go get that app so you can get in on that cool auction goodness.
And here I am hanging out with VV. Now, VV is the home for premium digital collectibles, of course, featuring Marvel. You got to check it out.
And those are all of the... Wait, no. We didn't do all of the activations. We said there's 5. We only did 4.
That's not a prime number.
No, not at all.
I'm disappointed.
That's because behind us, we have a mystery activation.
So mysterious. I've been waiting to say this all day. Langston.
What?
What's in the box?
We can't tell you.
No.
We want to, but we can't. But if you come down to booth 2329, you might be able to find out. So until then, I'm Langston Belton.
I'm Justin Warner.
We're at the Marvel booth, and this is Marvel.
Your universe.
And we are back here at Marvel Live on the San Diego Comic-Con floor. I'm Angelique.
I'm Langston.
And you know what? Speaking of being back,
Mm-hmm.
it has been absolutely incredible to be back here in person in San Diego with all of these incredible Marvel fans. You know, we started off the day on stage, huge welcome. You, me, Justin Warner, talking about all the Justin just left.
He's out there
So that's
somewhere.
why we're like pointing at the ghost
Yeah.
over here on the side. And, you know, Langston, you know, what has been your favorite thing so far?
Oh, man. I was going to say, it's tough to put into words what it's like to be back here at Comic-Con in San Diego with all the fans, with all the Marvel fans, and feeling all the Marvel love. And it's almost, we were talking with Jordan Hembrow earlier. He made a great point that it's like, it feels like it has been 3 years, and then it also feels like it's been like just yesterday, and it feels like we never missed a beat. And it's been great seeing you, great seeing all the fans, great being back at the booth. I got to watch from the live stream the Beyond Amazing cosplay photo op that you hosted with all the Spider folks that are cosplaying here, and that might be my favorite thing I've seen today. Tell me about that, because that was like a blast.
Man, it's really incredible because, of course, you know, this year we are celebrating the 60th anniversary of our favorite web slinger, Spider-Man, Peter Parker. And, you know, it was just so incredible because we had so many cosplayers from around the Spider Universe, right? We had Miles Morales, we had Gwen Stacy, we had some Spider Noirs, we had this amazing Mysterio, and then we got to take a great group picture. But we also got to talk to all the cosplayers about why they chose their costumes. You know, why they love Spider-Man and what Spider-Man means to them. And, you know, as a fan, it's so incredible to remember that Spider-Man does really represent that anyone can wear the mask.
Yes, and speaking of our love of the web slinger, I got to chat with some members of the team behind the, if I may say, amazing exhibit. Beyond amazing.
It's spectacular?
It's spectacular. It's webs. Couldn't think of any of them, so you win. The Beyond Amazing Spider-Man The Expedition, which is right now active at the Comic-Con Museum, just a short drive away from the Comic-Con floor. I'm just hearing the story about these people who, again, they are working hard and trying to create something, but it is all coming from a place of love. It is all coming from a love of this character, and we were all talking about memories of what was our first Spider-Man? What was our favorite Spider costume? I will always say the black and silver armored Spider-Man. That's it for
you.
What about you? Real quick, what's your favorite Spider-Man costume?
I gotta say, my favorite Spider-Man costume is the one that fits Spider-Ham.
Oh.
Because one of the best things about that exhibit, because I saw it last night, is that there is a chibi Spider-Ham, and he's the best. But, you know, there's so much more coming. There's so much more to talk about. Folks should go see that exhibit. It's just been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it can't. It's only going to get better. This is only the first day. It's only the first day, and we're still rocking and rolling. So you, please, stay tuned to this live stream. Again, use the hashtag Marvel SDCC to talk about all the cool things that are happening here at the convention if you're here and if you're not here. And be sure to check marvel.com and /SDCC to find out. But I just stick around. Stick around and keep your eyes peeled here to Marvel Live for all the cool things happening here at San Diego Comic-Con 2022.
I couldn't have said it better.
Justin Warner here with Raymond from Hot Toys, and y'all are living up to the name. What do we got here?
Yeah, we got Loki from the Loki live series, and then we have Loki here with Sylvie, and also with Classic Loki and President Loki here. All the fans love them a lot since we produced them, announced them, and then they all look stunning. The likeness is really cool. They all have interchangeable parts with different display options, so I'm sure many fans love them when they get them in their collection. Yeah.
It's hard for me to pick a favorite here. And I mean, I'm just staring at Sylvie's face here. I mean, her gaze is as piercing as it was on the screen. But I gotta say, the one that has my vote is probably President Loki.
Yeah, we love that look, and it looks really unique, and that expression, kind of like the grin, and also with the powers on the cane in his hand. I think it looks nice for anyone to get them in the house. Yeah.
These look so realistic. It's hard to believe that they are indeed toys. Is there fabric elements added to these?
Yeah, the clothing is all fabric, and then there's some parts where they're like the armor is kind of made with plastic, and then we make sure that we get as detailed as possible, as accurate as possible, because that's what Hot Toys is. It's all about high quality, movie accurate, screen accurate representation of the characters. Yeah.
Well, I love it. I'm sure that fans of Loki, and there are many, many fans talking to you, are going to be climbing all over this. Okay, Raymond, I was a big fan already, but the movement, the action, the detail, and the back-to-back posing of this Hawkeye and Kate Bishop are impressive.
Yeah, they're a really stunning pair to be together, and then we make sure that all the costume and all the arrow parts, we get it all correct on the figure. And the likeness, we definitely work on them a lot to make sure we get the details right, and the technician is really great, so they can do all these great archery poses with them. Yeah.
I love it so much. It's hard to believe that these are articulated. Like, they look like statues.
We specialize in making action figures with articulations. That's what our core thing to do. So we want to make sure that despite all these extreme poses, you'll be able to get them to be posed properly with all these nice poses that you can just change around with sometimes. Like sometimes shooting arrows, sometimes doing some other poses. that's something Hot Toys can offer you to do with our figures. Yeah.
Now this has to be the piece that is going to have me calling damage control on my wallet. Talk to me about this epic vulture.
Yeah, this vulture is a really piece of work. The whole wing, we do it absolutely movie accurate with the full size. And all the motor stuff, it's actually articulated, so you can rotate them, tilt them. The wing tips, they're all movable a bit, so you can pose them with like just flapping the wings, different kinds of poses with them. And the costume itself is all really highly accurate with the movie, and also the articulation is really great on them, on both the wings and the actual figure itself. So yeah.
I gotta say, most striking to me is the little fur detail on that bomber jacket, and also the like crampon style claws. It actually brings this highly kinetic character a little more to life, and that I can see a lot more of it because it's so detailed and it's right here in front of me.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we want to do, to make sure all different details, all mechanical parts of the costume is like accurately represented in the figure. So we want to capture all of that, and also the wing itself, and how to make sure that something is manageable for the fans after they get it in the collection. So that would be something that we want to get fans excited. Look out for this one when it comes out, and then yeah, you're not going to be disappointed when you get this vulture figure.
Now all I need is a fireplace and a mantle. Raymond, thank you so much for being here. Justin Warner here at Hot Toys, signing out.
Vision's family tree. Accessing. The Vision's biomechanical lineage is surprisingly human. It all began when the scientist Hank Pym, codename Ant-Man, set out to build a supercomputer, but instead created the evil sentient robot, Ultron. Ultron, accessing. Ultron became obsessed with killing humanity and, in an attempt to take over the world, created his own invention. By combining the brain scan of the ionically superpowered and recently dead superhero Simon Williams, codename Wonder Man, with the robotic body of the first sentient android named Jim Hammond, codename the Human Torch, Ultron created the Vision, codename Vision. Vision is a synthezoid, or synthetic humanoid robot, complete with human feelings and robotic parts that phase through walls. Ultron hoped to use Vision to kill the Avengers, but Vision had a turn of conscience and aided the Avengers in fighting off Ultron. Vision. Siblings. Accessing. Ultron created two stepmothers for Vision, one named Jocasta, who turned against Ultron, and one evil stepmother named Alchema, who also turned on Ultron, but to be more evil. Ultron also created a little brother with a very nice head of hair, Runaways member Victor Mancha. But Vision was happier with his chosen family, the Avengers. Vision, progeny, accessing. Vision thought his teammate, the Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda Maximoff, was quite a Vision herself, and the two fell in love. Vision and Wanda were married in a joint Avengers wedding, and, like many couples, bought a house in the suburbs to start a family. Wanda and Vision could not conceive children, yet Wanda could make magic on her own. With the help of attending magical physician Dr. Strange, Wanda gave birth to twins. Annotation: as fraternal twin to Quicksilver, Wanda is genetically predisposed to conceiving twins as well. The children were named Thomas and William. Sadly, the twins were blinked out of existence when their magic was reabsorbed from its original source, the demon Mephisto. The emotional toll soured things between Wanda and Vision, and they separated. Addendum. Many years later, the twins resurfaced as the reincarnated heroes Wiccan and Speed, who became Young Avengers in their own right. Vision, Progeny 2.0, accessing. Vision still craved the comforts of a happy home and chose to create his own nuclear family, quite literally. He first constructed his wife Virginia, and then together they created twin children Vin and Viv, as well as their dog Sparky, meaning they really had 2.5 children. The Vision family lived happily together until Virginia and Vin were dismantled for harming humans. However, Viv went on to become a hero and now reports to the team, the Champions. Viv continues to seek guidance from her father and hero, the Vision. End sequencing. As you can see, family is complicated, even for synthezoids. This program will now self-destruct.
Welcome back to Marvel Live. I'm Lexington Belton, and I am so excited. I get to be in the presence of royalty, true royalty, because I am here with WWE superstar Queen Zelina. How are you, Your Highness? How are you?
I love that intro. Thank you so much.
We respect royalty.
Yeah, you know, we out here. So.
How are you? Yes.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's an honor and a pleasure to talk to you. How has the convention been treating you so far? I know you've been running around.
Oh, my God. It's amazing. And it's my first San Diego Comic-Con.
What?
So, I mean, because I've been to New York Comic-Cons, because I'm from New York, but this is my first San Diego, so I'm really excited. I've already, geeked out over so many things. I'm just like, oh, my God, I wouldn't be around me right now.
Well, you're in this is the nexus for all things geek. So this is being your first SDCC. What has stood out to you the most now being amongst fans and being amongst all of this love for geek culture and nerddom stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. I feel at home, honestly. I have my best friend here with me, and we were just like, okay, we're cosplaying tomorrow. You're gonna be this one. I'm gonna be this one. And we already planned all of this out. I was like, I need to somehow accidentally on purpose run into Inosuke. So let's just do that. So it's really cool because you feel really welcomed here. You know, I saw in my line I had somebody dressed as Zenitsu, and I was like, I love you. Thank you for doing that today.
And everyone's excited to see you, too. And because anyone who follows your social media knows that you are an unbelievable cosplayer. So has there been any cosplay at the Marvel booth that you've been like, oh, my goodness, maybe I got to cosplay as that character?
Yeah, well, so I love Loki. And I saw, at least 2 that I was like, ooh, I really like that. Because I can always give props where there's, a good gold. If the gold, it looks more like less shiny, but more antique gold. I'm really weird about stuff like that, so I was just like, oh, I want that. I want to do maybe a low-key next, a femme low-key. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Now, the 35th Annual SummerSlam is coming up on July 30th. I'm very excited. I know I will be watching, and you should too. Now, may we see some geekdom come out in the ring attire? Because I know that a lot of wrestlers, their geek love and love of Marvel comes out in their ring attire, and you've done that before as well with your various loves of various fandoms. Yeah. So is there a Marvel character that you're like, man, that ring attire, if I get some ring attire based on that character, that would be choice?
At first I thought it may be oddly enough, I thought, okay, I'd love to do something with Thor, but then I was like, you know what? No, it needs to be Loki. I vibe with him so much that because I've seen some people I think it was MVP who did Black Panther, and it was incredible, and I was like, that is amazing. But I feel like me and Loki just vibe, so I think it's probably going to be him. I'm feeling the pull towards my Loki right now.
Yeah, you put the variant pull from the various multiverses. Now,
yes.
Horns, or would you go full horns?
Full. If you're going to do it, you might as well overdo it. So it's just, you have to, 100%.
Nice. Now, one thing I always like to ask, in the Marvel Universe, there is the Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation. That is the wrestling federation within the Marvel Universe. So I want to know, who do you want to step into the ring with from the Marvel Universe? Who do you think you could take? Who do you think would make an amazing match?
I had to stop myself because I was about to go in on somebody.
You can't. You have that camera right there. You can tell them right now. Listen.
So probably if I were to say anyone, and I've technically been in the ring with the actress. So, I mean, Florence Pugh as, oh, my God, why is her name escaping me right now? She's Black Widow's sister.
Yelena, yes.
Yes. So I was like, maybe you can step back in the ring with me again. I think that'd be really dope to do that. Or just Black Widow, because I don't know why. I'm like, I think I can do that. I can totally do that role. So I feel some type of way about that. And, so probably Black Widow for sure.
Well, Your Highness, I believe in you, and I'm sorry, Widow, you got work cut out for you. You're going up against the Queen.
That's it. I'm already growing the red in. It's already coming through.
Already there.
So, yeah, it works out great.
Well, Queen Zelina, it has been such a pleasure talking to you. Welcome to San Diego Comic-Con.
Thank you.
Congrats on making your first con. Enjoy. Just take it all in, and hopefully we'll see you back here next year. But
going broke, of course.
You stay tuned. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, you stay tuned to Marvel Live and everything happening here from Marvel at San Diego Comic-Con 2022.
Welcome to Marvel Unlimited. Explore the Marvel Universe. The characters you know. The stories you love. All for a low price. All in one place. All at your fingertips. This is Marvel Unlimited.
don't know Ms. Marvel, aka Kamala Khan, the shape-shifting teen who changed the superhero game? For real? This is gonna be huge. Kamala Khan was just your average Pakistani-American teenager who grew up across the river in a beautiful place called New Jersey. She spent her days writing fanfic about superheroes, getting good grades, and spending quality time with her bestie Nakia, as well as her adoring but strict Muslim family. However, one night, feeling particularly rebellious, Kamala snuck out to a party by the riverside. Quickly realizing it was not her scene, she bailed, but on the way home she encountered a rogue cloud of Terrigen mist. Kamala's body cocooned over. Say what? You see, lots of humans have dormant inhuman genes that only surface if exposed to that very Terrigen mist. When Kamala emerged, she shapeshifted into Carol Danvers to save the day. Sweet outfit. Which also helped her discover that she could grow and shrink in size, overall shape, and had an incredible healing factor, which she found out the hard way. Luckily in time, and with the help of bodega boy Bruno Corelli, she healed and had someone with whom to share her secrets and support to help her hone her skills. But does she like Bruno? Does Bruno like her? Do I like Bruno? Moving on. Because Kamala was a superhero superfan, she knew that with great power must also come great responsibility and a great secret identity. And because Captain Marvel was her absolute fave, Kamala took on her early name, Ms. Marvel, but this time as herself. She also coined her battle cry, "Embiggen!" which really grew on her. Kamala quickly stepped into the superhero life, having a blast teaming up with superheroes. Can you even? And kicking the butts of local villains messing with teens. But Kamala was also stuck in a super awkward situation. She was forced to hide everything from her family and her bestie Nakia, who just wouldn't approve. Plus, that made it extremely complicated to sneak out and protect the streets. And if Ami and Abu knew that she were talking to boys, well, let's not even. Despite the limits of being a teenager, Kamala has already worked with the Avengers, an elite SHIELD team, and has become a leading force within the all-star teen team, the Champions. Though she's just starting out, Ms. Marvel is a big deal amongst superheroes, showing that you can be smart, funny, and really, really great at playing World of Battlecraft and still be a butt-kicking superhero. And now you do know Ms. Marvel.
Justin Warner here answering all of your questions. Today I'm asking who is the best of the Young Avengers? It's time to beat feet, because I'm the Marvel man on the street. I want to know, and so does the internet, who is the best of the Young Avengers and why?
Oh, okay.
America Chavez. Clearly, because you can punch holes in other dimensions, and that rules.
I'm gonna have to give it with Spider-Man. His movies, his suits, the bad guys he fights. So it's awesome.
I'm gonna have to say Kamala, Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, why?
Well, she has a pretty wide range of powers, and also, she's kind of like almost the heart of the group, almost.
Obviously, I'm going to have to go with Wiccan for several reasons. The first of which is he is my acolyte, he's my student, so it's got to, I have a soft spot for him.
Well, Wiccan's the best Young Avenger.
Why?
Because I love witchy stuff.
America Chavez?
Yes.
Oh, she's my favorite.
Why?
Because, I'm from Mexico, and I think that she's somehow giving us some representation back from where I'm from.
Hulkling's the greatest of Young Avengers. Super strong, and he represents for a lot of underrepresented people.
Kate Bishop, she is my absolute favorite. She's just such a badass.
Maybe Kate, because she's been practicing training for so many years, and she's grounded, she's smart.
Kate Bishop.
You looked at me like, duh, of course it's Kate Bishop. Why?
Because 1, she's female. 2, bow and arrows.
Thank you. Well, there you have it, my friends. After exhaustive research and the beating of much feet, the clear answer is Prodigy. Justin Warner, signing out.
Welcome back to Marvel Live here at San Diego Comic-Con 2022 at the Marvel booth. I'm Langston.
I'm Angelique.
And we're rocking and rolling. We're vibing and thriving. Thriving? I made up a new word.
You made up a new word. And trademark Langston.
Yeah, vibing and thriving. You're thriving. How have you been thriving today, Angelique?
Man, I gotta say, it has been so good to be here and to be back because there's so many things happening at the booth. I literally have just been thriving off of the energy of all of the fans. And honestly, you know what? Speaking about what's at the booth, we have a lot more stuff that's coming in the next we have 3 more days.
I know.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Let's take a look at what's still to come here at the Marvel booth.
All right, so 3 p.m. Friday Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. We have the Marvel comic signing with Angelique, your good buddy, Pablo Leon.
I am so excited. We actually used to be neighbors. Pablo is really great, amazingly talented. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, we have a Marvel mystery reveal. I think both of us are involved in those secrets.
I know it's a secret. I don't even know if I'm involved. That's how secretive it is. We'll find out. Right
maybe. I'm just gonna drag you into it. You're now part of the secret.
Yes, and then 5 p.m. Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, we have just Juarez, Spider-Rex, and Venomosaurus presentation.
I do know you're involved in that.
I am, yes. There may or may not be an inflatable dinosaur costume. Yes.
At 5:15 p.m. Eastern, 2:15 Pacific, Marvel Comics signing with Humberto Ramos and Scotty Young, who, honestly, I don't have my band on today, but I am such a big fan of Scotty's work. But they're going to be talking about their incredible work on Strange Academy, which takes place in one of my favorite towns, New Orleans.
Ooh, very nice. Yes. Oh, this is going to be great. So 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Also Eastern. We're going to have the Marvel Studios animation signing with Ryan Meinerding. And if you are anything like me, you love animation, and Marvel Studios animation has been knocking it
out of the park. Agreed. At 6:45 p.m. Eastern, 3:45 p.m. Pacific, we're going to have a Whatnot demo and live auction. You are not going to miss it. And yes, you can actually participate from wherever you are on your phones in this live auction. And I got to tell you, the stuff that is up for auction is, some of it is one of a kind. It is. Some of it, literally, only 3 of them were made in existence. So you are not going to want to miss this auction. It is going to be so much fun.
Yes, 7:15 p.m., 4:15 Pacific. We are going to have a Marvel comic signing with Paul Cornell. And one of the things, and again, so if you want to come to one of these signings, just come here. Get at the booth, and you don't have to get like a ticket or anything like that. Just bring what you want to sign.
Yep.
And we're going to be talking with all of those artists and creators before they do their signings. So you can pick their brains a bit and find out what's going on with all their projects, what's going on with their creative processes.
I love it. And then at 8:50 p.m. Eastern, 5:50 p.m. Pacific, we have one of my favorite things. We're going to be testing your Marvel knowledge with Trivia Time with a Marvel Insider. And man, I got to tell you, I love how much Marvel fans know about the thing they love.
That's the fun thing about being a Marvel fan. There's so many nooks and crannies of things to learn and corners to illuminate in the universe. And if you know anything about anything, you are going to want to get here for the Marvel giveaway hour at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Listen. It is going to be, everyone shows up. It's like a big party. It's like being in a bouncy house with everyone you've ever loved. And it's going to be awesome. So we're so excited for tomorrow for all the things that are happening here at the convention.
Oh, man. So make sure you're also following along wherever you are, and then on Friday, we've already, I forgot. Besides that, we have Marvel panels. So not just about the Marvel booth and the incredible stage shows that we've got going on here. We also have some incredible Marvel panels that are going to be happening around San Diego Comic-Con at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Marvel Studios Animation is going to be in Ballroom 20.
6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. We're also going to have This Week in Marvel in room 25 ABC. That's right, This Week in Marvel. It's always a great show. I always love going to live panels.
And at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, we're going to have Marvel Comics Marvel Fanfare in room 25 ABC. That's 25 ABC.
Yes. Oh, and then 8 p.m. Oh, this is going to be great. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific. The Marvel's Spider-Man Beyond Amazing, the exhibition in the same room, 25 ABC. Again, the love that is going into Spider-Man for the 60th anniversary of the Wall Crawler has been awesome. I got to talk to the team behind that exhibition, and they're excited for you to see it. I'm excited to go see it. You've already seen it.
I can't wait for all of you to go see it. So we are really excited about tomorrow. But in the meantime, make sure you're following us on socials. We are on literally every single social you can find. But also, tell us how you're enjoying San Diego Comic-Con with the hashtag Marvel SDCC. And, we'll see you tomorrow.
That's true. Yeah. Be sure to go to marvel.com/SDCC for all the cool things happening here at the convention. We're going to see you tomorrow. We're going to be right back here. Yeah. And we cannot wait for you to join us here, either at the booth or here on the stream.
Yep, but until then, this is Marvel,
your universe.